Live from Atlanta, Montreal, and Kansas City with Chris Rucker, J-Bomb, and Ad Meyer. Grab a drink. We're live.
Welcome to another episode of 80 Proof here on YouTube's powered by FullPressCoverage.com. Go there for all your sporting wants and needs, where I am sure the topic of the day is old Bill Belichick.
What the fuck did he do?
He retired today.
Really?
Well, he didn't retire. He quit. He got fired, basically, by the Patriots. About 12 hours after Nick Saban retired from the University of Alabama, about 4 hours after Pete Carroll decided he's no longer coaching the Seattle Seahawks. Any more of these old motherfuckers we want to get rid of? Meanwhile,
park it here.
old ass white people in Congress are here till they're like 98.
What do you think is the most impactful or like biggest, blow to a football team out of those retirements? I think the Nick Saban one's going to be the biggest.
Oh yeah. He like remade Alabama football.
Okay.
Jay says, go footballs.
What do you think, Jay?
Go Cowboys on Sunday? Right?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm good at fair weather that shit. Right up, man.
Oh boy, last time you did it, they lost.
Yeah, I know. I don't even think they made it past wild card last year when I watched, did they?
They made past the wild card, but they got beat. They got destroyed the week after.
I had to take my daughter to Forever 21 on Saturday, specifically to buy a Dallas Cowboys shirt. My daughter is officially a Cowboys fan.
Smart girl.
She's smarter than daddy, that's for sure.
Yeah. Have you seen the weather report for the Kansas City Chiefs game?
Fucking cold.
Aren't you a
Dude.
Mahomes fan? Don't you love his brother and his sister and his girlfriend and Taylor
Yeah.
and Kelsey?
Yeah, all of them. No, I can tell you what it's going to be on Saturday. I know for a fact on Sunday our high is -1.
Yeah, and the wind chill is going to make it -30.
Yeah, Saturday 6 degrees is our high.
Like Fahrenheit?
American. Yeah.
American.
So on Boot to the Face this week, me and EJ, we were picking the games. And when I was looking at the scoreboard on NFL.com, it said tickets. So we were seeing what the lowest ticket price for every game was. The Kansas City Chiefs was $70. And we couldn't figure out why. Now we know.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, man.
They don't lower
And they're
prices
playing the
because of the weather.
Dolphins. I mean, they're
Yeah.
probably not going to win.
They're definitely lowering that game because of the weather, because
Really?
nobody's going to want to be there.
It's a playoff game, though, isn't it?
Right. It's $70. That's a preseason price. So, for example,
We've seen them in the playoffs for like 6 years in a row. We don't need to go freeze to see it.
For example, the Detroit Lions, they haven't had a home playoff game since like the 90s, right? Their cheapest playoff tickets over $450.
But if it's cold, isn't Taylor going to be like, bing?
She'll be in a
She'll be in
suite.
the box.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Gay.
She's not that hot.
I know, but well, I thought you guys thought Taylor Swift was hot.
I beg to differ. I think she is. I think there's something about her.
I don't find her good looking.
She's hot in the like Taylor Swift kind of hot, you know?
She's
Yeah.
in her own box.
Yeah, she got her own category.
I don't know what it is about Taylor Swift. She strikes me as one of those women that are like forever a bridesmaid. Like she'll be like the drunk aunt.
The drunk rich aunt.
Yeah, that's cool. She's rich. Hey, no denying that. But
She ain't rich. She's rich as fuck.
is she a Bilski yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
so. I think
She's
so.
over $1 billion for sure.
Jesus Christ.
But I'd still take a 400 million Miley over $1 billion Taylor.
I take a $25
I
Miley.
don't know. I don't know about that.
So how about
Yeah.
the Roman Empire? What's up, Flea? How's it going, buddy? We're simulcasting tonight. We're doing
I was about to
Twitch.
say, where the fuck are you reading that from?
I got you. Oh, you can't see it. I got Twitch chat going and I got YouTube chat going. So the Twitch is probably gonna be most of my gaming buddies, which is cool.
Well, tell them to come over to YouTube and hit the sub button, and they can go back to Twitch.
Yeah, if y'all want to pop over to YouTube and give us a sub, man, that would really help us out. We're doing a couple Twitch streams for the next few weeks, I guess, maybe to try and keep bringing whatever followers we get on there over to YouTube as well. But I got
welcome anybody that was here the other night for Jay's shit show.
Relax on that one.
I was about to say, does anybody know what happened that night? Like, did you say what you were doing?
Well, I mean, it's public on YouTube.
Yeah, it's there. You can go check it out. But I don't know. Someone called to me and was just like, "Take a boatload of shrooms tonight."
And by boatload, it was like, it was big.
Oh, dude,
It looked like a dildo when I saw it.
like beside my cell phone, it was like fucking this long.
And you ate that.
Yeah, I ate the whole fucking thing.
Oh,
man.
he was gagging, man. He was choking it down.
It was rough, but there's a lot to talk about that. I want to share my experience with you guys.
So,
Go ahead.
does it just taste like a mushroom?
It tastes like a mushroom that was literally grown in cow shit. And
Yeah,
then,
this isn't like a battered and fried mushroom.
no.
Ugh, why would you eat that?
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Yo,
we
man,
go.
thank you for the sub. We
Okay,
appreciate
nice.
that. That's I can't really pronounce that, but I think it's Jike. So how about that Roman Empire? Oh, I got a feeling that's Flea. It tastes like absolute dog shit, dude. Like it's not
So-
good to taste.
You know how we always like to say, who was the first motherfucker to do such and such? Who was the first person that saw a mushroom growing up through cow shit and was like, I know what that tastes like? And then they did it and they were like, holy fuck, everything's moving.
I don't know. I mean, my guess would be
Well,
Go ahead.
No, it probably started with like somebody got lucky and got like a morel mushroom and was like, hey, man, if you cook this shit, it tastes pretty good. And then they found more mushrooms and hey, these taste good. And then the one guy that had that one, he's just like, I fucking saw stuff, man. Like,
But I don't know if you could eat them fresh, and they do that. So my guess is that like there was a famine of sorts, and then they found these mushrooms growing, and took them, dried them out, hoped that maybe that would clean them off, let them dry, dehydrated them, whatever, and then popped one in and fucking saw God,
yeah, but I doubt back in the like ice age that fucking they had a Cabela's dehydrator to do that.
Well, I think they probably just left it out in the sun, Admire.
Oh, yeah. True. I mean, they could have, but along those lines, it's like, well, how did they figure out which ones were poisonous? That like just fucking kill you.
Trial and error.
Yeah. The ones who were still here
Well-
got lucky.
It's like, okay,
Well-
so this pile, he said he saw Martians. This pile, they died.
Yeah, but the guy
eat
that-
those.
But the guy that took one thinking he was going to see cool shit and died, he probably still ended up seeing cool shit.
I was
And like
just-
he's still on that trip.
I was
Well,
just
He's
gonna
like,
say,
this is the best trip ever.
yeah, 100%.
It doesn't end.
It's a never-ending trip. I mean, okay, so I took it, and the whole point behind it was to see if I can do it and still be able to do this. Not possible. It's just not fucking possible, right?
The end of the stream, it was just Jay was gone because he couldn't figure out how to get back on the screen.
Yeah, it was quite frustrating. So I have 3 screens, 2 lights, and a camera. Plus I have a couple lights down around me. And when you do mushrooms, like your eyes see lights differently, like the way that you absorb it. So long story short, everything looked fucked up, right? And then I'm also seeing myself on multiple screens and multiple cameras with different delays. So that was all fun and dandy. Thankfully, Admire was like, dude, just stop streaming and go enjoy yourself. So we stopped streaming, went downstairs, and that's when I really started tripping balls. Like I was like, okay, I think I did too much. I'm usually pretty good at dosing. I definitely did way more than I've ever done. And without turning this into too long of a story, I was laying on the couch and I was watching my wife, and she has like this like table with all of her like weird stuff on it, like rocks and candles and little pieces of wood that she'll like light up and beeswax and all this other stuff. And she's like fucking around with it, and I'm just laying on the couch and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, it like was really confusing that she was a human being and like in my house, and that she was like my wife, and then I was like, who am I? I wasn't quite sure who I am. I was almost like out of body. And that lasted for like 40 minutes. And then we started talking about some stuff. And, obviously I've dealt with a ton of crazy shit over the last few years with my struggles with whatever. And she goes to these like women's circles, and they often like brew a bunch of mushroom tea, and then like they kind of listen to this like different frequency music. Very like,
She says they cry a lot.
yeah. Oh, is that what she was saying? Because I couldn't pay attention to what she was saying on stream because I was just trying to figure
Yeah.
out technology. But I guess that maybe was in my subconscious, and like I started listening to the music, and then at one point I just laid down, and like I had my arms open, and I'm laying on my floor, and I'm looking at my ceiling, and like everything is moving, everything is fucking nuts, and it just feels like someone's sort of squeezing my stomach, like under my rib cage, as I'm listening to this music, and my eyes are closed, and it looks like a kaleidoscope, and I'm falling backwards and all this shit. And I'm seeing these like fucking dragons and fucking lions and all this crazy shit. And they're shattering, and my thoughts associated with the lions about work and my drug issues and all the lying I've done over the years to keep it, a secret from my family, and all this crazy shit is happening.
Oh, it represents the lions.
Okay. And then,
Because you were lying.
well, there you go. And
Yeah,
then,
there you go.
and then all of a sudden I get overwhelmed with this emotion, and I start sobbing,
Oh, boy.
like screaming out, sobbing. And then my wife told me I went into the fetal position, and I was just sobbing and crying out. And
I hope your kids weren't.
no, they were
Like,
asleep.
what the fuck is wrong with that?
And then all of a sudden, boom! I was just like, I wasn't high anymore. And like
You
I
cried it all out.
I cried it all out. And the only thing I could like compare it to that I've experienced in life was, I don't cry often, and I don't usually get overwhelmed. But when my son was born and they like took it out and put it on my wife, took him out and put it on my wife, I like just was like, you know what I mean? And it was really similar to that. And it was just like, people talk about having these trips that can like change your life and stuff. And I swear to God, like everything that I had stressed about, everything that I had held against myself, all those kind of things, just like fucking shed away, dude. It was like, I know that's gay and whatever, but like, dude, it was like one of the best experiences of my life.
Well, yeah, like what you just explained, that's like why people go and do that ayahuasca. They go
Yeah.
on the trip.
Yeah.
And it like heals them because they release so much during it. So it sounds kind of like the same thing. Like you were trying to explain to me that it's like it's kind of like a trip up, and it peaks and you come down, but it sounds like you had like at the end of a fireworks show, they do the big finale and shit gets crazy. It sounds like your trip went crazy and then
Yeah.
done. The show was over.
The show was over. It was the weirdest. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you take a hero's dose. I've never taken that much, and it was fresh, like real high quality shit. Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa, look at
I hit the wrong
look
button.
at two camera Rucker.
Jesus.
I
Look at
hit
this.
The wrong button. Now I don't know where to go.
Fancy pants.
There we go.
Fold that laundry back there, man.
Oh, we're getting a glimpse into your life.
What laundry?
We
I don't know. It looks like laundry.
I don't know. It's just my dish towel hanging on the stove.
I didn't.
Oh.
You know what? That just changes a whole perspective of where I thought you were in your house. I thought there was another wall behind your cabinet where it meets, and that was like a corner. I didn't know that went down to like a galley.
No, the
kitchen.
corner's right here.
Oh,
Yeah. I have to be able to get out. If the corner's right there, I won't be able to get out.
I guess you got to be tactical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is I'm gonna get to my gun? Somebody
Hey, you
comes
got to
up
get
the
ready
door.
if you stay ready.
bitch.
Yeah. So that was my mushroom thing. And then in other news, I quit my job today.
What?
Whoa. What?
I did it.
Like with notice or no notice? What
I officially resigned this morning at 8:30.
was this planned or?
Yeah, no, I had it planned, and it's been a fucking crazy couple hours. I'll tell you that.
I bet.
Yeah.
Did they try to keep you?
Oh no. I sent it to my boss in HR, and about 10 minutes later, HR replied, and the only thing they wrote is, "We were sorry to hear," and then they asked me to submit my roles and responsibilities to them.
Wait, back up.
Yeah.
Did you put in a notice and this was like your last day?
No.
Like they knew it was coming?
Today was
It
the
was
notice.
just I fucking quit.
No,
You said
I
they
officially
didn't know it was coming?
they didn't know it was coming. I knew it was coming. I officially resigned, and said that like I'll consider this the notice period, and 2 weeks from today will be my last day. And
so you weren't like done today?
No. And
so you haven't resigned. You put in your notice of resignment.
Notice of resignation.
Yeah, I guess. But to be honest with you, the
English ain't my specialty.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
The position that I have at the company, they can't keep me here for 2 weeks. Like, it's too risky for them. Like, it was
just, like fucking chair.
So you turned in your 2 week and they were like, cool, see you never.
No, well, no, like, okay, so the HR was like, okay, can you please tell me what you do at this company, pretty much.
So they can replace you?
Right? They're like, pretty much, can you write a job description? But like,
so they don't know what you do.
Well, I just got through year end with these people telling them, hey, I don't think you know what I do. And they're like, no, we know exactly what you do. And then 11 days later, when I resigned, they're like, okay, so what do you do? And then my actual boss didn't contact me. So no contact, but my coworker who I've been there for, well, you've met him, his phone rings and it's my boss. And he's like, I need to see you immediately.
Oh, so they offered him the job?
No. There's more to the story, right?
Oh.
So I'm leaving them for something else. And that something else was also announced today on LinkedIn. So they've put 2 and 2 together and they know what's going on now. And
is it the only job on LinkedIn? How did they?
Well, because like it's the direct competitor. Like, we're bringing something to Canada. We're bringing a product to Canada to compete. It's a company that's existed for X amount of years. We destroyed the company I work for in the U.S., drove them out, from the market share, and now we're going to do it in Canada. And so they're freaking out because they see who's liking it, they see who's commenting it, and they see that there's going to be like a lot of people moving.
Mass exodus.
You're taking some people with you, huh?
Well, I don't know. And
definitely shouldn't say that on fucking the air if you are.
I'm not.
Yeah, legally, I don't think you should be able to. You should talk about stuff like that. I don't know what the rules are in Canada.
There aren't no rules for this, but like, they will not speak to me until they speak to like coworkers. But it's just like, oh man, it was a fun day.
Is it a big relief? Because I know you've like talked about your job quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, of course it's a big relief. Monsters.
So do you have to go back tomorrow, or?
This is my gut feeling. They wanted to meet with that guy immediately. And we're closing a big project. And actually tomorrow we have like this monstrous inspection, which I'm running. Idiots. And that guy was like, I can't meet today. Right. And he was like, well, can you tell me what this is in regards to? And they're like, no, but we're not idiots. Right. So he's meeting with them tomorrow. But my guess is that Monday morning I'm going to show up and they'll be in my office with HR. And that'll be it. And I'll have to hand in all my shit. But they owe me money. And I was like, when they said, can you please fill in like what you do, give us all your accesses, tell us all the keys you have. Because like when I say like I'm running the company, I'm running the company in the sense that I have all the security access. Like they don't know what company we use. They would not be able to get into that building without me. So there's that. Like, I handle every contract you can imagine for the upkeep of the building, all that kind of stuff, taxes, you name it, municipal crap. So there's like a long fucking list and they don't know what's on it and they're asking me for it. So I'm like, listen, I'll give it up, but like, let's discuss the exit. Like, what are you paying me, to close this out? So,
well, what I would do, I mean, it's me talking, so take this with a grain of salt. I would let them know ahead of time that if they have to call you for anything after you leave, that it's $200 an hour with a 3-hour minimum for you to give them advice or tell them how to do anything. Because if they're calling you and asking you, that's you working.
No, I understand.
So
yeah.
You need to be compensated for that. So I would make sure they know that.
Oh, they're not going to call him after he's gone if he's working for the direct competition, though.
They might say, hey, our fucking air conditioning's out. Who did you have contracted? Well, that's going to cost you 3 hours at $200 for me to tell you.
Yeah. What type of business model is this though? Like, what if you just, knock on wood, this doesn't happen, but obviously it can't happen now. Say a week and a half ago, before they knew you were going to quit, you just got hit by a bus.
Okay,
How
so,
do they run their own company?
well, here's the thing, right? Like, they're an international company, so they bought us, right? And then we're also international. So we have New Jersey, we have a couple places up in Canada. They work out of the headquarters in Canada, and I operate one of their facilities. And that facility, I've been telling them for 2 years now, the guy who used to run this that you pretty much forced out, I've incurred all of his responsibilities because I knew what he did, but he never submitted that to them. So they don't even know half the shit I take care of. So they don't even realize that there is stuff that they're going to be like, oh, really? That's not handled by somebody else? And I'm like, yeah, it should be handled by you. And I've been telling you, you need to start doing this. But they're so incompetent that they had no idea. Like at one point I was like, who collects the mail here? And they're like, mail? And I'm like, yeah, like we have a P.O. box. We got to go. Like we get taxes. We get paid through there. Like, and they're like, we don't even know where that is.
Yeah.
And I have all those
Rucker, to
keys.
kind of answer your question though, like my company's the same way with me. Like if I got hit by a bus, they're fucked. They have no idea all the shit that I do. And I think a lot of companies do run like that. They want to save that extra money and not pay somebody to be a backup or, have somebody for coverage. It's
pretty stupid though, because if they lose that person that's really valuable, they're fucked until they get somebody trained completely.
Well, there's no process. There's no training on this.
I mean, if I don't know if I think you do 50 things and you actually do 132 things, what am I supposed to do with those other 82?
Well, even the 50 things that I do, you don't know what I do to do them.
Exactly.
There's no handbook. They're like,
right.
Like
the company should be paying somebody to like shadow you before you quit, like before you even gave a notice.
Exactly.
Like in general, they should be paying somebody.
They hired
2-week notice. They should be like, cool, we'll pay you for the next 13 days, but this guy's gonna basically wipe your ass if you take a shit because he needs to know every fucking thing.
The funny part is they hired somebody to do that, right? But they let me hire him. He's worked for me for 6 months. What does that matter? That means he doesn't know how to do anything I know how to do. Why would I have trained him on that? I made him do shit that I needed him to do to grow the company in other ways.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the same thing I'd do if they gave me somebody. I would like only show them half of it and just keep half of that knowledge myself. That way, when I do quit, I can pull the old contract thing.
I asked for an assistant to coordinate the projects with me, and they were like, okay. And I wrote a job description for it, and they decided to go in a different direction. And then I found out that guy doesn't directly report to me. And I was like, oh, okay. So he was like, okay, so how do you do this? I'm like, oh, I don't do that. And they had no idea. I'm not kidding. A real conversation I had with my boss when I first met him. We sit down and he's like, all right, so what I need from you, Jason, is I need to know how to do my job. And I said, well, I don't know how to do your job. And he's like, okay, well, what do you do here? And I explained it to him. And he's like, well, what does that mean? And I'm like, fuck, you're my boss, So he's like, what can I do to help you? And I'm like, well, stay out of my way or pay me to do all this for you. And he was like, oh, no, we don't do that. So for 2 years, he's just been basically asking me, how do I do this? How do I do that? And what do you do for this? And what do you do for that? And I'm like, I have the answers, but I'm not telling you how I got there.
I have a more important question, because I've never been in the position of power that you're in right now, but I feel like I would take advantage of it. I'm hoping your start date for the new job is like a month from now, and you can like take time and recharge and maybe take a little vacation or something like that.
I just had 2 weeks off for Christmas.
So what?
No, I know. And
take 2 more.
Maybe. We'll see.
If you're going in between jobs, like if my last day is the 13th, I don't want to go to my next job until the 1st of the month.
There you go.
I feel you. But like the new venture is not like I'm going to be jumping right into it. There's so much groundwork and infrastructure we need to build before it actually becomes like a routine job. So it's one of those kind of
do it.
Well, no, there's no other people.
So this new job that you're taking, is it same position, kind of like just a lateral position, or is it something higher, something different?
No, it's a jump up for sure. Like basically I'm creating the team. Like right now, I was, put it this way, I was second or third from the top where I am currently, And then when we got bought out, I got squished down, and then like 40 people went above me. So right now I'm cutting those 40 people out and kind of rewinding time. But there's nobody below me. I have to create those positions and develop that business to then hire people and put them in those spots.
Hey, do you got any work from home jobs for your buddies?
No. Sorry. We don't pay in USD either. It's a little expensive.
I pay in USD.
Anyways, it's exciting. I've been talking about it for a long time, and today was, an incredible feeling just to click that button and to sit back and go, okay, let's see what happens.
I would have hit send and then went and took a shit. I would have waited right until I had to use the bathroom. Then I'd been like, all right, let me go ahead and send this email. And then just disappeared for 25 minutes.
They're going to watch this and be like, he took fucking shrooms and then fucking quit.
Yeah. Had an epiphany. You're dumb.
Do they drug test up there?
No. We're Canadian. We're all on drugs.
Yeah, but y'all work fucking in heavy machinery.
We don't work with it. We build it.
How the fuck do you build it if it's... I don't understand.
Well, I mean, like you build it in parts and then you assemble it and it becomes big. It's like a house, right?
Which means you're working with heavy machinery and heavy equipment.
Well, not really.
Stuff that can kill people.
No, not necessarily. No. Like a guy who builds a house, right? The tools he uses aren't bigger than the house.
But the house is fucking huge.
The
and
house
if he
is
doesn't do
huge.
something right, he could kill somebody.
I'm pretty sure there's welding involved.
Yeah,
And
I'm pretty
a
sure
lot of
there's
heavy steel.
Cranes involved to
Well,
lift the shit.
I mean, they don't do drugs at work.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but
know
have
that.
you ever been to the United States? A lot of us do drugs at work.
yeah, but
They do in Canada also.
yes, but we're responsible. You know, like no school shootings, low crime.
Just because y'all don't have guns.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not the same as what we're talking about. It's apples and oranges.
Well, we don't do drugs and shoot each other, so we don't do
What's
drugs.
that got to do with dropping a fucking steel beam on somebody because you're high as giraffe pussy?
Why would you be high at work?
Leaving the gas open and
Because
fucking.
you're on drugs.
Okay, but like, where do they drug test? Like on the
Why
way
do
in?
people? Sorry, I admire, but why do people drink and drive?
Okay, but do they check your blood alcohol before you get into work every day?
No, if you can't take drugs, while
Admire
you're
nodded.
working.
So no, some places like when I was in the union, some of the union job sites, they'll have a breathalyzer at the fucking gate
Yeah, and then they
because so
do,
many of them drink.
you do random drug tests to make sure people aren't doing drugs.
No, well, I mean drugs. What are you gonna be checking for?
Well, and Jay, you just
Drugs.
said, where do people go to take drug tests? What do you think my work does?
I don't know. Drug tests.
My work is drug tests for occupational stuff.
Okay, and do they drug test their employees?
Yeah.
But you smoked weed before all this.
Well, not like randoms. Like I got drug tested when I got hired 10 years ago.
I
You pass one, you're done.
But again, he's not dealing with heavy machinery. That's my thing. Like, if you got forklifts and big ass trucks and cranes and shit like that, then you shouldn't be able to do drugs even on your personal time.
Why?
Because that way, if they're not drug testing you, people can come in high and fuck some
Yeah,
shit
but
up.
drugs are legal here, so it's like you're not allowed to drink on your personal time.
It doesn't matter if drugs are legal or not. Like, you can't be drunk at work either.
No, I know that.
You
but
just told me Friday shrooms aren't legal.
shrooms aren't.
But if you're dealing with heavy machinery, the rules are different than bagging groceries.
I guess they don't have an OSHA up there.
Yeah, we have OSHA, but it's just not stupid.
That's not stupid at all. That's
What do you
fucking
mean?
smart.
If you smoke a joint on fucking Saturday, you could operate a heavy machinery on Monday.
Okay, and guess what? People still come to my job and operate heavy machinery.
Yeah,
I've been fired for being high at work.
Yeah, but that's different. They didn't drug test them at work. You could tell when someone's high at work.
Okay, you can also not tell if somebody's high at work if they're high and they're
Well,
high
then they don't fuck shit up.
until they do.
But then what are you gonna do about it? What can you do about it?
You can have it where you're not allowed to do drugs if you work here. Hey, you want to do drugs? That's fine. Go find another job.
I think this is a cultural thing.
Go work at a
I-
fucking record shop. You
I
can
think
do
it's
drugs and work all day.
I think it's a safety thing.
Well, because I'll tell you the truth. The only time I ever got asked after like doing an interview to do a drug test was when I went to go apply to be a stock boy at a grocery store.
That
Yeah,
that's a
weird.
position you should be required to do drugs.
That's what I would think, right? No, but like, obviously, like, there's signs everywhere, you know, with the legalization of marijuana here that you're not allowed to have drugs at work. You're not allowed to have drug paraphernalia. You're not allowed to do any of those things. But at
So
the
they
end,
don't drug test y'all at work?
no, nobody does that here.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know.
Well, I guess who's never moving to Canada to work in like a factory or anything? This fucking guy.
Like, where would they drug test you? Like, if you work at Amazon, they would drug test you. There's forklifts and shit rolling around there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, yeah, anytime you operate something like a forklift or a crane or something like that, you're not allowed to do drugs. They don't want you high while you're doing that shit. You can kill somebody.
No, I get that, but I get that I don't, like, you can't come into work high, but how do you know
Yeah,
what
but-
anybody's doing?
Exactly. That way, you from the get-go, you're not allowed to do drugs while you work here, and we can do a random drug test. So if you fail your random drug test, whether you're high or not, like, you weren't supposed to be doing drugs.
Yeah, but like, okay, like,
Yes.
even like pilots, okay, I'm telling you, pilots, right? They have random drug tests, right? But they know when they're coming because of their union, and they do drugs all the time, just not while at work. And they're flying airplanes,
Yeah, but look at the Denzel movie. He did.
and he did a good job. Nobody died on that flight. he landed a crashing plane.
It just sounds like there's a disconnect. Like,
If you smoke weed, what makes you think you're going to smoke weed at work? That's like you drink. What makes you think you're going to drink at work?
People do it. That's the whole fucking point of what we're talking about.
No, I get it, but
just
like,
because you won't do it doesn't mean people won't do
no,
it.
I get that, but how are you, okay? Compare drinking to smoking weed. Let's say, right? You can't like no company could say you're not allowed to drink alcohol outside of work because you work on with heavy machinery. I don't see any difference here.
We still give breathalyzer tests though. Drugs are clearly different than alcohol, right? If I test you for alcohol, I know if you're drunk right now. I don't know if you were drunk 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
With drugs, it stays in you. I can't tell when you were doing it. That's
Yeah, but
why they
only
ban it
weed stays in you.
That's why they ban it completely. You can't do drugs at all because we don't know when you did it. If you come to work and you take a breathalyzer test and you pass it, guess what? You're not drunk. But at 7 o'clock that night, you go take 4 shots, you are drunk. When you come back in the next day, you pass that breathalyzer test again, you're not drunk while you're at work. You can't test like that with drugs. Therefore, if you're dealing with heavy equipment or things that can kill people, you just can't do drugs while you work here. And
I mean, I'm
to
not
me,
saying it's
that's-
not a bad idea, but I'm just saying I've never, like, I know I'm sure some companies have those policies, but you got to be pretty fucking big. Like, you got to be like,
every company here, like, you have to. I haven't ever applied anywhere that you didn't have to take a drug test before you started.
well, that's because America's got a problem with drugs. I mean, look at the war on drugs and how much your tax money goes towards that. It's kind of a hoax. But
I mean, y'all have a problem too. You're fucking eating mushrooms the size of a dildo.
Yeah, one of us fucking was tripping balls Friday, and it wasn't me.
yeah, and I went
I've
to
never-
work on Monday and I was fine. I don't understand here.
That doesn't mean there's not an issue with drugs in Canada. Don't try to fucking accuse us of that. And also, there's probably a bunch of issues with drugs in Canada. Y'all just don't have enough people to fucking cover it.
Yeah, you guys don't have an issue with drugs up there because you just keep legalizing all the fucking hard ones, so it isn't a bad thing.
It's like a 3-to-1 moose to person ratio in Canada. There's
I
not
don't know.
enough people to be.
This is going over my head. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't. Like, maybe construction workers aren't allowed to smoke weed on their off time. I don't know. I don't work in that industry, but I'm just in a welding shop, man. That's not a big deal, man. Like,
I welded and I could not do drugs while I was welding.
yeah, but did you work at a huge company?
Yeah, I worked at a big fucking company that
Yeah.
builds rail cars.
I
and
know,
shit
but they're
like
probably,
that.
when I say a big company, I mean, they're probably like publicly owned. There's a board of directors and they come up with those policies to ensure insurance and all that kind of stuff. But a company that's like, you know, not ma and pa, but family owned or privately owned in the private sector, I don't think they're drug testing their employees, man.
If it's heavy equipment, they are.
Yeah, but like, let's say you're a contractor, right? And you're operating an excavator. Like,
Do you want that insurance claim because you didn't want to tell Jerome not to get high before he came to work?
no, but it's not like a policy across the board. I'm sure like there's a vetting
I think it is
process.
here. Here, I think it is. I think if you're in that industry or in an industry like it, I don't think it matters if you're mom and pop or you're a big corporate place. I think a drug thing is a no-no. Just like we don't want you drunk at work. So at any time, we could give you a breathalyzer or drug test.
Yeah, that's fine. At least I'm not saying welding while under the influence. Obviously.
Jay's promoting drunk welding.
Yeah.
All I know is,
but like
I may or may not have welded under the influence before, and it was the best vertical up that I ever made.
I'll say this though,
it looked like glass.
I definitely seen construction workers on their break having a beer at the bar.
Yeah, we all did that. We weren't supposed to, but we did.
So
once I got off,
there might be the rule, but it's never enforced. It's like anything else. You know,
once I got off of actually like having to weld, and I was just like office, and I went to the night shift a couple times. Like you go to Hooters on your break, have a couple drinks, come back. It's not like I'm not driving a forklift. I'm not doing anything. You know what I would do? I would take my weld hood next to the guy when he was welding, and I wouldn't even put it all the way on. I'd look through it like that and be like, yeah, you're going too fast. How fast your wire speed?
Turn your voltage
down. Turn your voltage down 3 to the left. And that was it. That was all I did. Once I got to a certain point when I knew I wasn't going to keep that job for much longer, I just basically quit working.
Yeah, although they did test us. I think I've drank on every job that I've ever had.
You assholes on your gay little soapboxes. You guys are unsafe. You're like, I used to drink.
You're not supposed to.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. That's my whole point. That's why they do it.
Well, apparently it doesn't work. Doesn't even scare you. But like,
used to smoke weed behind KFC before I fried some chicken, man.
And I did salvia at work once, but not in my current job. Literally, I would tell you. But like,
my current work, they made an announcement because I was across the street at the bar having lunch, drinking, and one of the supervisors was picking up lunch there, seeing me having a beer. So company-wide announcement went out. Hey, if you're on lunch, you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol. Thanks a lot, Jose.
Yeah, seriously. But like, even like, there's a lot of laws here in Quebec, right? We've gone into this before about language, but like, if you're over a certain amount of employees in an office, it's not legal to coordinate with one another in English. Like, I can't write somebody an email. I could be English, you could be English. I send you an email, it has to be in French. It's a law, right? It's a crazy law. It's quite not racist, but it's pretty prejudiced.
With that said, you guys don't get to judge us for shit.
No, well, it's only in Quebec because we were like stuck in fucking Nazi Germany here. But what I'm getting at is that I've had employees that are like, oh, Jason, I realized we just hit 27 employees. And I'm like, okay, yeah. They're like, well, with the new passing of Bill 64, don't we have to coordinate with one another in French? And I'm like, dude, you're from Ontario. He's like, yes, but the law says. And I said, yeah, but the law told you to come in here and suck my dick every morning. Okay, would you do it? Like, not every law makes sense, and you don't have to follow them. It's like, do you ever speed in your car? You know that's illegal. If you do 51 in a 50 zone, you better go turn yourself into the cops. What's wrong with you?
Random, I don't speed much while I'm at work because I only sped for 28 minutes last quarter. That's 3 months.
That's pretty good considering how much you're on the road. That's very little.
We had a motherfucker that, so yesterday was our meeting where they give us like, tell us about our safety bonuses and shit like that. And I'm constantly in the top 3 of like the safest drivers there, but I'm never first place. Well, that went up a little. The guy that won, he was speeding for 18 seconds of the quarter. And everybody, even the manager was like, yeah, but it is okay if you actually do the speed limit. Apparently this guy drives slow as fuck. They were like, he walks faster than he drives, but he wins fucking $500 every quarter.
Lucky guy.
500 smackaroonies.
I only won 120 because I got 3rd place this time.
Excuse me.
But
you should gamble it.
I did already. It's on tomorrow's check. And I sent it to old Brent, had him go place me a wager at the win.
Really?
Yeah.
Gambling.
Just bet online.
Vicariously?
No, I wanted so what happened last time I was in Vegas, I went to go make a wager. And I'm really mad that I didn't get a chance to do it either. I was going to make 3 bets. Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl, Dak to win MVP, and Cowboys to win the NFC East. I don't think Dak's going to win the MVP. They won the NFC East, so I would have made money. But what happened was the games had already started, And they were like, we can't make NFL bets after the game start. You got to come back like the next morning or at night. And we were leaving at like, I think our flight left at 7 a.m. So I didn't get to make my bet. So I was kind of pissed off. So I had Brent do it for me because if the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, somebody is flying out to Vegas that weekend. See if I can talk somebody into hooking me up with a ticket.
It's pretty sweet.
You didn't listen to the goddamn thing I said.
Yes, it did.
I know that. Look, I do it all the time. You were on your phone. You weren't listening.
I could do two things at once.
I know exactly what you were doing.
I heard what you said. Vegas, Brent, that stuff.
June, Jay, I might be coming to see you.
Oh,
Maybe.
June.
I don't know yet. Might be going to Niagara Falls.
What's everybody going to Niagara Falls for in June?
I don't know. That's where she wants to go, man.
Who?
What do you mean in June? Who else is going in June?
I don't know, actually. I feel like a few people have told me Niagara Falls.
You just oversold the shit out of that.
You
Yeah.
added that in June. I thought you were saying, why does everybody want to go to Niagara Falls? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Isn't there like a wrestling event or something? Money in the Bank's in Toronto or something?
Yeah, that's in July.
Oh, July. Well, that was pretty close. Maybe I think people were telling me that.
Yeah, I'm not going to that.
Niagara Falls is nice, man.
Is it?
Well, like for a day.
Just a big ass waterfall.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's one of the wonders of the world.
I wonder why people like it because I don't have any interest in seeing it. I want to see somebody get thrown over.
Isn't Buffalo where that's at?
Buffalo and parts of Canada.
Go-
Right?
Go
Isn't
have
it in
some
Canada.
have some real buffalo wings.
I have the Anchor Bar right here by my house, and they're not that good. Anchor Bar is like the first buffalo wing in Buffalo, and they've got one here. And the the Bills fans take over on Sundays to go watch it.
Yeah, but doesn't the buffalo have to be raised in Buffalo? Isn't it something to do with like Wagyu beef?
They can fly it in.
Well, can't the buffalo
I just heard
fly
that the
with-
only difference is that buffalo wings have Frank's Red Hot.
No, they just fly the buffalo to Atlanta before they kill them.
Yeah, I always thought the buffaloes just flew themselves with their wings. Though.
They herd them this way. There's a guy on a unicorn, like, yeah, he's making them go this way. And a dog.
Okay, Stella.
Are we done? You're the one that didn't get the buffalo wings joke.
I got it.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
talking about fucking redhead up there.
Fucking Fred Durst over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all want to take a break, come back, and get into some Topax?
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah. All right. Any proof? We'll be right back.
Be right back.
All along the Western Front, people line up to receive. She got the power in her hands, shock you like you won't believe. Somewhere in the Amazon, the voltage running through her skin. Standing there with nothing on. She gonna teach me how to swim. I said, ooh, girl, shock me like an electric eel. Baby girl, turn me on with your electric feel. Oh, oh. I said, ooh, girl, shock me like an electric eel. Baby girl, I said, ooh, girl, shock me like an electric eel. Yeah, yeah, baby girl. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Turn me on with your electric feel. Oh, oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do what you feel now. Electric feel now. Do what you feel now. Electric feel now. Do what you feel now. Electric feel now.
Welcome back to 80 Proof Rucker. J-Bomb and Admire here on Twitch and YouTube, powered again by FullPressCoverage.com. Let's get into some topics, J-Bomb.
Yeah, what do we got tonight, boys? I think Admiral
Well, I
had a
put-
few.
I put one in there. It's kind of stupid. It ain't gonna take much time, but yeah, I
What
put-
a way to sell it.
yeah.
So we shouldn't talk
I mean-
about it.
All right. So I've talked about it the last couple weeks. My side of TikTok is just fucking all over the place. Now I'm on to Wales.
You were on wheels last time.
The country?
Yeah, not the country, the animal. I didn't realize it until watching a TikTok video today. Did you know whales are everywhere in the ocean? I thought they were just like segregated into, like, every time you see whales on TV or on a video,
You
there's
thought the
ice.
whales are segregated? These are coloreds only whales.
Well,
No
I
way.
mean,
Admire.
no.
Dude.
So, like,
no.
almost every video of whales you see, it's like ice, right?
no.
At least agree with me on that.
No.
But I've
Okay.
seen a video today, and there's whales beating the shit out of a dolphin in San Diego.
Did you not think there were whales in San Diego?
No, I didn't think they were allowed.
How did
But-
they get to SeaWorld?
No, fuck, fair point.
No way. No way, Admire. There's no way.
No, but like, I've been to Florida 20 times. I've been on boat rides where I've went 30, 40, 50 miles off the coast
Mm-hmm.
and never seen a whale, never heard anybody talk about a whale.
Just
There's
'cause you don't
whales.
see a whale doesn't mean they're not there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but like, if you go to fucking Florida, it's, hey, dolphin rides, fucking go see the sharks, shit like that. Nobody's talking whales. So I didn't think they were around. I didn't think whales were anywhere around the United States except like Pacific Northwest or the Northeast.
It has to be the dumbest fucking conversation. we've
I'm
had.
sorry, Admire. I
Been a
gotta
long
side
time.
with Rucker, man. That's okay. The last time somebody said something stupid like this is when they didn't know that reindeer were real. Tell me you know
Who
reindeer are
didn't
real.
know?
Okay.
Yeah.
A friend of mine. They were like, reindeers aren't real. I was like, oh, yes, they are. Yeah, they're real.
No, for real. You guys knew that fucking whales were everywhere,
Yes.
but like, you never fucking hear about a whale attack. You'll hear about a shark attack in
Whales
in
don't attack
California.
people.
They're Canadian whales, Admire.
Well, actually, the killer whale is a lot more, probably kills more people than a shark does. So, but it's just, it doesn't have that, like, it's like the, you know, in the news, you never hear about good stuff. It's kind of like one of those things. They're like, wow, whales, we like the sharks.
They just
Whales
kind
don't
of
sell.
float around and do nothing.
Yeah, they it's not good enough clickbait, man.
No. Well, I was surprised to learn that they're that close to us.
That close to us.
What's wrong
I didn't know
with
there
you?
were whales. I didn't know there was whales in California.
Dude, there's whales are in the ocean.
There's not
Yeah,
a border where they're like, oh, fuck, it's Mexico. Can't go there. Let me
Yeah,
turn back
but, like,
around.
like polar bears. Where are polar bears?
Oh, well, Jesus, buddy. You know, I can't believe there's no lions in the U.S. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah. Exactly. You just proved my point. Lions are only in certain places. I thought whales were only in certain places.
Yeah, the
There's a
ocean.
yeah. A polar bear can't cross the fucking ocean to get to another part of the world that's cold, Admire.
Well, I think there's polar bears on the north and
What?
south
Why is there no polar bears in Missouri? They can just walk across the
Because
fucking
it ain't
land.
cold enough.
because it's not Arctic.
There's
only
bears in
certain
Missouri. There are bears in Missouri. They're just not polar.
Yeah, there's fish in Missouri, but there's not whales.
Yes, there is. Oh no,
Not
there's
Missouri.
No ocean. There's no ocean.
Because there's no oceans in Missouri, dipshit.
Why not? The water's connected. Why not?
Dude, it's fresh water, you dumbass. Like, do you know?
I know that.
I don't know if you do. Like, if you buy a fish that goes in the ocean and you put it in an aquarium at home, it's gonna die.
No.
He said the water's connected. What fucking water in Missouri is connected to the ocean?
It is though.
It goes all the way down to the fucking Gulf of Mexico.
In Missouri?
Well.
The Missouri River goes to the Mississippi in St. Louis, all the way down
But
to.
if-
I don't know if I trust you on that. I might
New
have to
Orleans.
look at a map.
No, honestly, most real lakes are connected to the ocean.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, okay, maybe you guys knew there was fucking whales.
Okay.
But
There's whales in freshwater too, if it's close enough connected. And they do, like, it happens around Montreal a lot that a whale will get stuck in the freshwater and they'll have to like try and get them out. And they usually end up killing them because they hit them with their boats.
well, all I'm saying is you never hear about anybody whale watching, a fucking whale attack,
What are you
any of
talking
that
about?
shit in Florida.
Because there's dolphins, because whales are so common. That's like being like, yo, you guys want to go on a dog exploring thing? No, man. You want to go see shit you don't see often.
Now you're going to try to convince me that whales are common.
Whales are way more common than dolphins. There's no dolphins.
Shut up. I've seen
I don't
dolphins
believe
while I
that
was
one. Yeah.
swimming.
You see dolphins just by walking on the beach.
In where it's warm, but the majority of the ocean is cold, my guy.
Oh, well, yeah, we know that. But
Yeah.
still, you said whales are more common than dolphins.
They're
I
way
don't
more
think so.
common than dolphins.
Way the fuck out there, yeah.
Way the fuck
Who's
out
out
there.
there?
Dude, you're in Georgia, okay? Right?
No shit.
Right? The majority of the world's not in around that spot.
Okay, so
Okay,
you're saying whales
well,
are way out there where it's cold, right?
I've been to
Is that what you
beaches
just said?
on all the coasts in America, and it's
Yeah, you
all
see
the same.
dolphins,
You'll
yeah.
see dolphins way before you see whales.
Because whales are further out.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Did you know whales are right there off the fucking coast?
Yes, I
and
did.
to say what you said to you, you're in Canada, my guy. It's not like that everywhere.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm aware of that. But I guarantee you, there's more whales in the ocean than there are dolphins.
I've never seen a fucking whale, and I've spent a lot of time on the ocean.
I've never seen a
That's all I'm
goddamn
saying.
Mexican. I know there's a shitload of them. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna check right now. Whale versus.
Dolphin population. Did they all turn in their census card?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, dude. Porpoises are whales, and there's porpoises in fucking Florida.
What the fuck's a porpoise?
It's like a kind of a manatee, I think.
Is that the R word looking whale?
The retard? Oh no. Okay, hold on. I want to
Well,
see.
I didn't want to say that.
Hold on. I think they must. Okay, you say the
Also,
census thing. How do they
there's
know when
probably-
something's endangered? Then there's got to be some way they're figuring this out.
Because they quit seeing the motherfucker. You know what I ain't seen in a while? A walrus.
Well, according to Admire, whales are extinct. Fuck.
No, I'm saying the opposite. I didn't know whales were so common that they're on the coast.
Well, like, what do you consider the coast?
There's also, how you going to say there's more
San
whales
Diego.
than dolphins? Do you know how big whales are compared to dolphins?
Not all whales are huge.
Most of them are.
Yeah, there's more dolphins. There's no fucking Miami Whales team.
There was the Hartford Whalers.
Also, here's the thing. Why don't you Google how many whales are born during a whale birth versus a dolphin birth?
Isn't it just one?
Because if a dolphin's having like 6 or 7 per one whale, then it's clearly more dolphins than whales.
There's definitely different types of dolphins, and there's a
Why
shitload
is
of
his
different
heart
ones.
in the way? God damn it.
It is annoying, eh? I agree.
I
with
can't
that.
see the end of people's thing when they talk. Tabitha said approximately 1.5 million whales, approximately 8 million dolphins. So
Yeah, so there's like
6
6 times the dolphins.
Okay, I'm wrong on that, but I'm telling you, whales are fucking everywhere.
Are there dolphins in California?
I would
No,
think.
they're in Miami.
Are there
That's all I'm saying.
Actually,
I
they're in
didn't
Kansas City this week.
in where
I
California?
didn't realize that whales were so close to the fucking coast. That's all I'm saying.
They're the most abundant mammal encountered off the Southern California coastline. Dolphins are. But dude, like you do know that the ocean doesn't belong to like where it is, right? Like the ocean is separate. Like when you like, you know what I mean? Like it's the Pacific Ocean. It's not like are there dolphins in California? Are there dolphins in the Pacific Ocean? Yeah. Can they swim down to like
I love how he's progressively talked down to you more and more through this.
I'm
conversation.
mansplaining here. But like to say, is there
Didn't know you
dolphins
were-
in California? No. They're in the Pacific Ocean.
Did you know it's not called the California Ocean, Admire?
Didn't know you were such an expert on orcas.
I've been whale watching like 12 times.
Never mind. I'm an idiot. Free Willy.
What a movie about a dolphin, a whale?
Yeah, he was right there on the coast.
What
I
is
shoulda known.
happening?
He got stuck. And then he got free.
Yeah, but he was on the coast.
What is the coast? Like you're saying like within like what?
The coast.
I know what the coast is, but the coast
The
is just...
land that touches the water.
Okay, so then there's no way the dolphin was on the coast, or like that would be meaning they're on the land. Like you mean they're like how far into the water off the coast are you talking? Like visibly, like because I'm pretty sure you could see like 20 kilometers out.
Okay, the video that sparked this is these
Wait,
whales
I can't
will be
see any fucking kilometers. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, that's probably like 12 miles before the Earth's
Maybe.
curvature.
I'm talking that they were filming from land and there was fucking whales beating up a dolphin.
You've never seen that?
And that was
before?
cool in itself. Yeah, I've seen that before, but I've never seen it that close to land.
Oh,
How would four
in the,
whales beat
in the
up
United
a dolphin?
States.
yo, I've been on a boat like in a river with a whale in like
I
a
call
seaway.
bullshit.
Okay,
Yeah.
There ain't no
Bullshit.
whales in a river.
You're
It-
fucking lying.
seaways. Okay, here we go. All right.
Seaway is different than river.
Okay, well, it's not really, but
Then why ain't there dolphins in my river and whales?
because it's fresh water.
Huh?
It's fresh water.
Yeah. There's sharks that have swam up the fucking Mississippi River
Yeah.
and they found sharks in Chicago.
Yeah.
Why is there no whales?
Dude, I just told you it happens around Montreal all the time.
I thought, honestly, 100% serious. I thought whales only lived in like cold ass water. That's why they were like always videos of the ice and Antarctica.
like this is like not far from my house, like 3 hours from my house. Okay, like you'll see shit like this.
Yeah, but I didn't know you could see shit like this in California, Florida, and places like that.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have different types of whales, and these whales may like breach the surface more often compared to the whales that are in those kind of waters. That's not a real whale. That's a fucking blow up toy. Yeah, like this is like you could be driving along the water and you'll just see like a fucking little fucker come out.
That's what I'm saying. I've never seen it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, that was pretty entertaining though. I didn't know whales were around. What the fuck is going
What happened?
on? No, it's on my end. You've never gone whale watching like on a boat?
No, everything's been dolphin watching or shark finding or fishing.
Have you ever seen a shark in real life? I've never seen a shark in the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I seen a shark attacking a stingray when I was in Florida.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. Like, oh, I've seen like a shark like in a tank, but I've never seen it like in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like in one of the canals there. There was a shark eating a fucking stingray.
What's this guy munching on munchies laughing here? What are you laughing
This is the
at?
dumbest fucking conversation I've ever heard.
It's the most viewers we've had all night, so it's got to be doing something.
Somebody likes it.
It's working.
Okay, so like what other okay, like do you know what is weird though? this might
This?
sound really dumb.
Yeah.
Like you could bring a lion here, right? Or a zebra and like it'll live here and shit. But like, why can't it be here?
Survive and like,
Well, I guess when the continents all split, right? They only survived in certain. Because at one point we were all touching.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the Me Too movement happened.
Because humans,
oh, remember you said that because I got a topic for that too.
you like, hold on. Lucy Marie thinks, or is she? Maybe Lucy Marie is claiming that humans got rid of those things here. Oh, they're here because we brought them. Oh, I get it now. Never mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, they said that there's more lions and tigers in the state of Texas than there is in Africa.
Did you know zebras aren't really like they're not a thing? They're just horses with a disease.
Like a genetic mutation.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, dude,
Look
they're
it
not.
up.
Dude,
They look more
Look it
like they look like donkeys.
Look it up, motherfucker. You don't believe me?
I'm almost positive you're wrong.
Or
Actually,
maybe it's white animals like the white pit bulls and shit. But I think zebras are it's like a mutation. They're just horses.
I don't even think they're in the
they
horse.
they probably evolved to have stripes to have camouflage.
No, there was a reason for it. I forget what it was. It's to wear off lions. They don't like the pattern or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a evolution thing.
Not what happened. They're like albinos.
But they're not. They got stripes.
Yeah.
Are horses? I mean, okay, I've never touched a horse
Why?
because they're fucking disgusting.
You've never seen One Girl, One Horse?
Ugh.
I've seen one dude, one horse. What was that thing called?
Oh, Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands. Yeah, that was a great film. Do horses like have fur?
They have
Or is
hair.
Like,
Is that
they
their
have
skin?
hair.
Is that their
They
skin?
definitely have hair.
What's leather made out of?
That's what they.
Cows?
Leather's made out of cowhide.
Okay. Oh yeah. So a horse, is it a hide or is it fur?
It's hair. That's what like a lot of wigs and like weaves and shit are made out of.
Horse?
Horsehair.
I thought it was just violin strings. Okay, so zebras do they have fur or hair or is it skin?
Never touched one.
I think it's probably just the same thing as a horse.
I apologize to the new viewers if we have any. We're not normally this dumb.
Don't apologize. I think this is pretty good.
I had a meme pop up on my memories the other day. It said like, who was the guy that figured out, hey, I need to stick some stuff together. Let's burn this horse because that's what glue's made out of.
Glue isn't made out of horses anymore.
I think they've come up with another mixture for glue by now. I don't think they.
I
still
don't
do
know.
that to
Whatever
horses.
they make it out of now smells great.
You can't sniff that glue and get high, dude. I tried. It doesn't work. It's not the real stuff.
So I'm the dumb one for saying that. You're the one that tried it.
Who didn't try sniffing glue when we were kids?
Me?
You didn't?
No.
That's a white people thing.
The worst thing I did was glue was put the shit on your hands and let it dry and then have to pick it off.
Bro, I tried to sniff everything in my house, man. Nail polish remover,
Told you I was not a drug
Sharp-
guy.
pneumonia,
Sharpies?
ammonia. Oh,
That was too much like sniffing cocaine. Also, I always thought if I sniffed glue, it would go up in there and get stuck and like I drowned.
Oh my god. Yeah, Lisa, I've never touched a horse, man. I don't understand how horses became so friendly with humans. Like, I don't get that whole correlation. Like, if I saw a horse in the wild, I'd be like, "Fuck that thing."
Yeah,
Just
they're
don't
not
stand
friendly.
behind it.
They're
You-
frightening.
Stand
never
behind it and
seen
kick the shit out of you.
Yeah, they'll kick you, and they have to do what's called breaking them. That's like training them to be fucking friendly. Like horses are mean. They will bite you. They will kick you.
Would you be mean too if you always had to walk around with your feet hurt?
Why do their feet hurt?
Because they don't have horseshoes on in the wild.
Yeah, I mean
Duh.
that's.
You think they're just
really
born with
not-
horseshoes, Jay?
No, I knew that, but I would think.
Their feet is a nail that grows like our toenails grow.
Yeah.
Their hooves are nails that grow.
I
You
know.
ever seen a horse feet get cleaned? It's disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, sometimes
Oh,
it's
I love
pussy and
I love
it.
watching that shit. I love
Yeah.
watching it.
But
Yeah,
what I
it's
don't
fucking
understand
weird.
is why do you think it necessarily hurts? I think if you don't have
It was a joke.
oh
It's not a joke. It's true.
No, it's
'cause they don't have
not.
shoes on.
Horses' feet don't hurt until you start putting shoes on it, and then their nail grows and it gets infected because it gets all fucked up. Once you pussify a horse, a wild horse don't got feet problems, man.
I don't know. Did you ask him?
No, because I don't fucking speak horse. Like, who in their right mind? Like, I'd rather eat mushrooms out of a horse's shit. That's as close as I get to a horse,
Yeah,
like back in the day.
We've heard.
I don't understand why anybody would want to get on the back of an animal,
Why
man.
you got your hands on your hips like that?
They're not on my hips, they're on my chair.
I
don't know.
He got sassy
You
tonight.
got real sassy. Just I don't fucking understand.
I don't
What's-
understand. No, but really, what the fuck, dude? Horses. Is it the only thing we could ride? Really?
You can ride a donkey.
Yeah, but that's just.
I've seen people ride ostriches.
You can ride an elephant.
You can't
You can
really.
ride
Camel.
a dolphin.
You can't really ride an elephant. Like,
I see people doing it all the time.
I know, but you got to like train it, and like, there's got to be like a chair and shit up there.
You can ride a dolphin.
Well, you could hold on to it. You can't like ride it.
If you get like a Great Dane, you could ride a dog if you're small enough.
I mean, there's a sport called rodeo that they ride bulls.
But like, how weird is it that there's like horses really were like, they changed the world if you think about it. I guess they are a pretty majestic, important part of our evolution.
Yeah, I mean, you guys measure stuff in moose power, but we got horsepower down here.
Actually, who does it? Oh, kilowatts. People who measure shit in kilowatts, I can kill them. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, it's the equivalent to 50 horsepower. I'm like, well, why don't you just call it 50 horsepower? And I used to always think like it was equivalent to like a horse pulling something.
But it is. That
It's not
started
any-
out as the
it-
unit of measurement.
Yeah, but it's kind of not. Like, how can you figure that out?
They figured that a horse could pull this much weight. This car pulled this much weight. Hey, it's pulling the same as a horse. When engines started out, they were like 1 horsepower.
Really?
Yeah.
So who decided to be like, let's throw 7 of them in there?
Do y'all really want me to tell you how to measure horsepower? Because the answer is pretty fucking simple.
Yeah.
Multiply the amount of force by the speed. That's horsepower.
Oh. I think I
Or
do
you
that.
Googled that.
I did.
Actually, you know what I just realized? I do that equation all the time at work.
So let's say your car's engine can generate 200 pounds of force and move at a speed of 2 feet per second. The engine horsepower would be 400. That's 200 times 2.
But how'd they figure out that a horse could do that much? Like
It's just-
somebody had to label that.
Because 1 horsepower is 745.7 watts.
See, there you go. There's the watts. I don't get how watts, like being electrical, has anything to do with pull strength. It just blows my mind.
So they measure it by putting a weight on the end of a pulley and tying the rope to the horse, and then how quick the horse pulled the fucking weight up.
Oh.
That's how you get horsepower.
Oh.
Yeah, but what if the horse was hung over? Do they know he was going full power?
Well,
I'm
no,
sure
they
they
drug
did like
test.
100 horses. They did like 100, and they just took the average.
And what rich motherfucker had 100 horses to fuck around with?
Probably slave owners.
Well, Jay, you're talking about like horses and, you know, you've never touched one and who would fuck with horses. Have you ever seen a Clydesdale horse?
No,
Yeah,
I don't like
Budweiser
any.
commercials all the time.
They're like 14 foot tall, man.
Are those the ones that like go cluck 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 on like cobblestone and they have a little like carriage behind them?
Sometimes, but they're really big. Like they're fucking horses on steroids.
See, there's just like there's no need. I think if like there was one animal that the world could be done with because we've surpassed them for their need, it would be horse.
Us in Georgia and Missouri would volunteer the mosquito to go away.
We're talking about animals, not fucking insects.
Wait. They're an animal. Insects are animals.
You say insects are animals?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think a butterfly is an animal?
I think it's an insect. Do you think a butterfly is an animal, Chris?
I'm not listening to y'all. I just found out the new episode of Reacher comes out tonight. I've been waiting on it.
Oh my god. Is that the thing, the CIA guy?
He's in
Jack
the army.
Reacher?
He's in the army. No, it's just Reacher. It's not Jack Reacher.
Is it like the
Two
show
different
that's on
people.
like Prime or something?
Yeah, with the guy from Blue Mountain State, Thad Castle, and then he was in the latest Fast and Furious movie.
His name is Thad.
That was his name in Blue Mountain State. He was like the big dumb football
Oh.
player.
You never watched Blue Mountain State?
That was a great fucking
That
show.
shit was filmed like right down the street.
That was a
It used to-
great show.
Didn't it used to come on after the league or something?
Yeah, the league and Blue Mountain State were like right around the same time with each other.
So that
The league was fucking good too.
this school that they filmed Blue Mountain State at, that's where I went to college.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You went to Blue Mountain State?
Theoretically, yeah.
I would tell everybody I went to Blue Mountain State.
They were filming it when we were there, and it was annoying because they'd take the football field and they'd change all the logos and paint it and stuff.
Why is it annoying to you? You didn't play fucking football.
Actually, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
What
Show
position?
me some pictures.
Wide
I want to see
receiver.
pictures. I want to see. That was a shitty team if your ass was playing wide receiver.
Well, hey, I was small and fast and nimble.
Little Wes Welker.
Mm.
You're shifty, huh? You had a good motor.
Well, think about it, right? You know Canada and our diversity here, right? So, it was pretty it was pretty possible to be athletic.
Really love the game.
No, I didn't
Had
like
a
it.
good motor. Never stopped.
Did you
Always
score any
trying.
touchdowns?
I was pretty quarterbacky. No, I didn't. I had some completes. I remember like
You know what they were called?
run-
They were called reception.
I had some
I
posts,
had some complete.
some posts,
and you played football.
some like runs where I run and they turn around and go like this.
I think you were thinking of rugby,
No, I played football. I mean, it was touch football.
soccer.
Soccer.
Wait, y'all had a touch football team?
Yeah, we're Canadian, dude.
This
And we okay, so like you guys don't know
is
this,
getting
right?
better.
Okay, so in Quebec, if you go to an English school that's a public school system, there's no funding. Like what I mean is like like textbooks and stuff. Like you
Yeah.
get one for like every 3 students. And then like there was no football field. There was no like arena or pool or anything like that. Like we didn't have like campuses in high school. We had like it looked like an old schoolhouse, and there'd be like 500 English people, and then there'd be a French school. Like we'd be in the shadow of the French school that had like a track all the way around it, an amphitheater, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. And there'd be like 4,000 students, but they're
Bet those pussies didn't play football.
no, they had real football teams like with equipment and stuff. We didn't have that. They gave us pennies. And like we'd have to like do a bake sale or something to buy nicer ones.
A bake sale.
Yeah.
Why couldn't y'all do like a football calendar or something? Why you gotta do some dainty shit like a bake sale?
Oh yeah, and
We're,
like
we're selling, we're selling these poutines.
Okay, sorry, dainty. You're saying
Like I
have
said,
a
bake sale.
model yourself on a
Yeah, a
calendar
bunch of
instead?
fucking manly men.
That's
like,
not
putting oil
dainty.
on, like a firefighter calendar or some
That's
shit.
gay, dude.
Picture Jay doing the Bo Jackson thing.
Yeah.
I
Or
was.
go wash people cars in your uniform. You had a bake sale?
I don't know. If
No
it was
wonder y'all
basic.
played flag football.
I remember they made us all run for the Terry Fox run, like in our jerseys, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
Did you have cheerleaders for your flag football?
No.
They were the cheerleaders for the real football team.
Did you guys have? Do you guys know who Terry
you were
Fox
the
is?
B team.
No, there was no A team. Like there was no. Sometimes we practiced on the asphalt. It was like watching the Mighty Ducks practice, man. We had no budget. They're like, we're gonna hit the weight room. We walked in the weight room. It was like a couple jump ropes and like a thick rope on the ground that you'd like fucking with duct tape on it and shit. It was horrible.
Old kegs to fucking turn over.
That would be an improvement. Do you guys know who Terry Fox is in the States?
No, Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Fox, the
I
guy
know
who
Red
ran,
Fox.
the guy who ran
Jamie
across
Foxx.
Canada with one leg. No, you don't know who he is.
Terry Crews. He's a good guy. Terry in a wheelchair who wouldn't back up. That guy, he's pretty famous.
Yeah, I know that.
I know Terry from Reno 911.
All right.
Terry. Well, speaking of touch and what Rucker said earlier, something about the Me Too movement, another thing that I've seen lately on the talk is there's a barber lady, and you know, the person coming to get their haircut sits down and she says, "Okay, is it okay if I touch you?" What the fuck? Is this the world we're living in, that you're coming to get a haircut, but somebody's asking for permission to touch you?
And then she's like, "I'm a he her," and then they're like, "What are you?" I'd be like, "Cut my fucking hair, dude. What the fuck?" And you see the other guy who like tried to do it in his barbershop.
The parody of it.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Just cut my fucking hair."
Seriously.
That'd probably be me.
Yeah. They're like,
I
"Is
don't
it okay if
even
I
know your
touch you?"
pronouns? I need to know if you can do a fade or not.
Yeah, no shit. And if you white, you can't.
More than likely, unless you're Travis Kelsey, he could probably do one.
Why?
He's got a little.
He's got
flavor.
nice hair.
Travis Kelsey has nice hair.
He's got a little flavor.
Oh, he's always lined up, man.
Jake Ferguson from the Cowboys. He could probably do one.
You think, isn't it gay when a guy gets a white dude gets a lineup?
Why is that? It looks cool.
Does it look cool? Like if I had a straight line here, it would look cool.
Yeah, if you got an actual haircut. Go
But
back
like-
to Ari. Tell Ari you want a fade.
Like a straight one?
Bet he can't do it.
What do you mean? He's faded my hair a million times. He's cultured.
Can I ask a question about black haircuts?
Sure.
Sure.
It seems like back in the day that like the black kids I went to school with, they would get their head kind of pretty much shaved, but there would always be a line cut in. What did that line mean? Was that like this a style thing?
There are different parts. There were designs. You always get a part. You want a part? Yeah. You want 2 of them? Sure. You want 3 of them? Yeah. And then they went from the part to like actually doing designs down. Remember Anthony Mason for the Knicks? He used to
Yeah.
always have cool haircuts.
Yeah, I think he kicked off the thing of getting like shit carved in your head.
Yeah.
I remember kids used to get the Jordan symbol carved in their head, like all kinds of shit.
Was that cool for you guys?
Yeah.
Like if a kid came to school and they had like something written on his head,
Oh yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, Reggie. Who did that for you? What barber did you go to?
But like, what does it look like 3 days later when it's all like fucking puby?
I mean, it's not 3 days later. It's like a week and a half. But
Oh.
for that week and a half, couldn't tell you shit.
You're the man.
Yeah.
You think that could be ever a trend that comes back?
I'm sure it will.
I think a lot of people still do it.
Yeah. People.
I
get
mean,
stuff
look what I
carved in
did,
their
like-
head now.
Like a year ago, I had the white trash racing stripes.
You think it'll ever be a trend again?
Yeah.
Admire got it. I don't know. I remember people used to get like hockey players' names or like basketball players' names, their name and their number on the back of their head. I always thought it was
Nike symbol.
I thought it was fucking weird.
When I was like 8 years old, Vanilla Ice was cool, and I got the steps and the zigzags cut into my hair.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
Oh yeah, for real. Dude, I had like fucking parachute pants and everything.
Parachute pants.
Those are MC Hammer.
Oh yeah. Super baggy with the elastic at the bottom, so it was poof.
Basically joggers but with more baggy.
You had those too, Chris?
Yeah. Who didn't have parachute pants back in the day? Yeah. Too busy
weren't
playing
cool.
flag football.
We dressed like, you know, those like big jeans that like went over your shoes.
Jinkos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
those
had
are
Were they
those.
Jinkos up there?
JNCO. We've done this. I think.
Yeah, Jinkos and Zons.
I don't know.
That was the dumbest look ever. Like I look back at pictures when people got them big ass pants on, they're covering your shoes. They're all dirty at the bottom because you're stepping on them while you're fucking walking. That was the dumbest look ever.
That's why I don't go too hard on the new style and like new generations, because we dressed like some fucking goofballs. Like there was a lot of trends that shouldn't have survived back then.
Those clothes were so heavy, wearing fucking double X t-shirts and big ass pants all the time. That's why we were all in good shape, carrying around all the fucking material.
Did you guys have Charlotte Hornets wear and Georgia Bulldog
yeah.
stuff? Yeah, we had.
I had a San Jose Shark starter.
Oh, I was just gonna ask starter shit, right? Remember like the starter hats, and then they'd have that little fucking star that you can pull the felt out of.
Yeah, I still have a logo athletic Dallas Cowboys jacket that I just can't get rid of.
That's dope.
Oh, that's funny that you just mentioned that. I was thinking about hats earlier and was going to kind of bring it up as a topic. I had the logo athletic Cowboys hat from like 93 that
Shark
Aikman
tooth
used to wear.
one?
The shark tooth.
Yeah,
That's
They're
best
back
hat
now.
ever made.
They're back now.
It's not the same though, man. Back then, that was, you were the fucking man if you had that hat.
What's it
Yeah,
called?
those are NFL shark
Lo-
tooth hat.
Yeah, it's logo athletic. That was the shit. I remember my first starter jacket though. I didn't get one of the cool colored ones. I lived in that small town. I had a Green Bay Packers because that's all they fucking had. Because Brett Favre was the
Yep.
man back in the 90s.
Well, they got hockey shark tooth hats. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look up the Dallas Cowboys one.
Oh, there. It
Yeah,
is.
that one on the left. That thing was
Oh, shit.
the fucking.
Josh had that hat.
I think that was one of the coolest hats ever made. Good times.
Topic: whales and other animals. Yeah.
Is that all we have for
Um,
topics? or-
We normally do, not normally, but we did an Ask Reddit thing the other day, or what's on with Reddit. So there was a Reddit topic of what do you tell your spouse? What kind of secrets do you keep from your spouse? And I was reading through it, and one was if your significant other, I'm sorry, if your friend is cheating on their significant other, can you tell your spouse?
Oh.
So
That's
say-
risky
say-
business.
So say Jay,
Mhm.
say Jeff is cheating on Steph.
Mhm.
Do you tell Catherine?
Do I do it? No.
So you would lie to your wife about Jeff cheating on Steph?
Well, hold on. I mean, look. Okay. So without going too far, I was in this situation like
We've all been in this situation.
no, but like really bad. Like I would say like a couple months ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is that why Steph's not around?
No. It has nothing to do with them.
Did you use the wrong example?
Oh no.
I literally, that was random. I promise I didn't know anything.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
I got the correct answer for this though.
It's not my
There
secret
is-
to tell.
The correct answer is there anything to tie you to it to prove that you knew? That way, when your girlfriend, your wife finds out, you could be like, oh, I didn't know. I had no idea. But if there's
No.
evidence that,
Then you're lying to your
You would-
wife.
I mean,
You know
I'm gonna
why it
tell
gets,
her.
you know why it gets sticky? Because then it's like, well, you can't hang out with him anymore. Well, why not? Because he's a cheater. Like you telling me you hanging out with a cheater and you're not cheating?
Mm.
Or I don't want you hanging out with people like that. I don't want to be around people like
Th-
that.
There's that, but there's also, if that couple stays together, then you're the
Mm.
guy that fucking dimed him out to your girl.
Then you get a text. It's like, I just found out. Did you know? And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did
Or
I know
the-
what? No, but is your wife friends with her?
I mean, it's a couples thing, right? Like,
Like you're friends with a couple? It's a
so
couple?
I guess it matters. It also matters like how y'all all know each other. Like if it's your friend from middle school and he's just dating some girl, like,
Mhm.
and you know he's cheating on her, but you know it ain't serious.
Mm.
But if it's his wife and his wife and your woman are like BFFs, then it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh,
It's
fuck.
horrible. It's horrible. It's a horrible situation.
I think in my situation, I'm gonna tell her just because I don't want anything coming back on me. Like you said, oh, you're fucking still hanging out. Like I'm just gonna get it out in the open and be like,
Okay.
that's what I know.
But let's say your wife is BFFs with this person, right? Now you're putting your wife into a position where she has to tell her BFF.
Yeah.
Now
Now,
I don't
I'm
have
mad at
to,
my
she does.
friend. I'm mad at my friend because now we're all in a position of fucking mistrust. We could have just kept it to himself.
You're like, yeah,
Cocksucker.
I didn't want to know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't tell me that shit. I act like I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Plausible
Yeah,
deniability.
It's his fault. He's gonna fuck up double date night.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously. Now this is
Now game
awkward.
night, it's all awkward. She's the only one having fun, and the three of us are sitting there like,
Staring at each other, fucking chewing on
Right.
chips.
Yeah, you might as well just put the pineapple back. I thought about the joke and then I was like, is this gonna be a bad one?
No, we got it. We got it. That was a good one.
Yay.
No, that's a fucked up situation, and I've been in that situation too. And
It doesn't turn out well. Ever.
it either way, it doesn't turn out well. But I think your best bet is to tell her and then let her do with that information what she wants. That way,
Yeah, but then your boy's gonna know that you told her.
but he shouldn't be a fucking piece of shit either.
Well, I agree with you, but people are
He should
so
just kept it to
stupid.
himself.
Yeah, don't tell if you're gonna cheat, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, seriously, it's like the first rule of it, isn't it? It's like Fight Club.
Especially not somebody that's gonna hang out with your girl.
Yeah. Like, and the worst is when their girl is like, I think he's doing this, is he? And you're like,
Exactly. Now you put me in this situation.
now I gotta
gotta go
lie
to
to
the-
your
She
poor
corners
wife.
me in the kitchen when I'm just trying to get some fucking chips and spinach dip. And now I'm trying to be like, oh no, he was at Twin Peaks with us.
And well, there's a difference.
Yeah,
So like,
I'm definitely if he uses me as his lie, then I'm definitely fucking telling.
Wow, Emma, you're a horrible friend.
seriously, you're a rat.
No, no, I mean,
no
you're
wonder they kicked you out of jail.
Mhm.
no, I mean, you got to have loyalty. I mean, who blows you?
Home.
Who blows you?
Yeah, but what's
That's where
You're
your
not.
loyalty
You're
goes.
not. You're not lying to your woman.
not
though,
li-
and cheating on her. You're just keeping his secret.
like? Here's the thing, right? If your wife comes out and asks you, and she's like, "So and so suspects so and so," then we're in deep waters here. But if your buddy's just like, "Hey, man, I'm cheating on my wife," and you're like, "Fuck, why'd you tell me that shit?" And you go home and your wife's like, "What do you want to do this weekend?" You're not lying to her. You just shut the fuck up.
No, I live by the thing. The whole it's not lying because you didn't ask. It's still lying, man.
No, it's literally like not the definition of it. It's not your secret. You're keeping somebody's secret, and it's not yours. When I was told, I just said, "Listen, man, you got to fucking like flip over the little hourglass there. Time's a ticking, okay? Because the longer the wife doesn't know, the worse it looks for you and for me and for my wife and this, that, and the other. So you better fix your fucking shit, son."
oh, so your wife knew too?
No, she didn't know right away. She found out, and then she asked
Through
me.
you or
No,
Oh,
through somebody else, and then I had to be like, well,
yeah,
and
I've
they-
known since September.
and this is right after I came, like, this is like a week after I came clean about everything to my wife that I had done in my past, and we were like,
Oh, but you left that part out.
well, no, I didn't know at that point. And then like 3 days later, my buddy's like, yo, and I was like, dude. I was like, really?
I'm
and
finally in good standing at home, and you're fucking it up.
yeah, man, I didn't even do this one. I didn't do anything. I just went to work and didn't do drugs. Fuck. I did everything right here.
Get home, sit in the car. You don't even want to go in. You're like, this is
No.
bullshit. I didn't ask for this.
And then like suddenly every so often it's like, hey, is your buddy like acting weird? I'm like, I don't know why. They're like, oh, well, you know, XYZ says, you know, he's been weird lately. And I'm like, oh, weird. Maybe he's struggling at work. You know, what the fuck, man? It's
Maybe
not my
she should
problem.
blow him more. That always solves it.
But I
Major
think
blinker,
that
buddy.
guys have a different point of view on it, though. I mean, I bet females, you know, in the chat, they can tell us. I think they always tell their boyfriend if their girlfriend is cheating on
Well,
them.
yeah, they tell us everything.
No, they don't. They don't. They really don't.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
And I don't think that, like, even if a girl knew that her friend's husband was cheating on her, I think a lot of girls don't tell their girlfriends.
Oh
because,
no, you're crazy.
Mm,
You don't think that if a woman's friend was being cheated on, you don't think that she would tell the woman?
I think it puts
She
them in a
would
really.
take pictures. She would fucking
It
have an
depends.
itinerary of where they went.
It depends, man. It really.
Yeah, they turn into detectives at that point.
Yeah, they're not gonna go to her and just tell her that she saw him that night. She's about to investigate, find out when it started,
She's
The
bringing
fucking-
receipts.
his fucking blood type, like everything.
Yeah, but I think like what happens is they go into detective mode. They don't immediately tell their girlfriend. Then they
it
tell
only
all
takes,
their
like, a
other
day.
girlfriends, and then they figure it all out because they're all
they
like
got-
just frothing because it's so juicy. But there's a big difference between like you cheating on your girlfriend or like let's say your buddy fucked like a stripper or fucks like a prostitute or just some random chick on vacation. There's a big difference between that and him having a full-blown affair. You know what I mean? And like there's kids involved and no, but there is a difference. Like let's be honest, if you go out, not you, but if you know, think about it. If my wife were to cheat on me, okay, I'd rather her just
Bang somebody on a Chevy Cavalier.
yes, okay, than to be like texting with him, falling in love with him,
The emotional connection.
kissing him, and like putting the dick in the mouth part. Like, they're definitely both cheating. Don't get me wrong, okay, but one is like way worse than the other.
I think it's different for men and women though.
It's like murder though, right? I
No, I think-
accidentally killed her because she was being a bitch, rather than like I'm going over her house and I'm gonna murder her.
If I mean you've heard it before, but like if a guy just bangs a girl, he never thinks about that girl again. Like it was literally just something to do right then and there.
Mhm.
If a woman like goes and bangs somebody, used to be, I don't know how these new chicks are, but when we were younger, women that came up, like they would have to have an emotional connection to this person before they would just up and sleep with them.
Well, chicks are pretty slutty these days, and not in a bad way. Sluts are great, but I don't know. Like I just think that like, look, put it this way, right? If you go to the strip club and a stripper gives you a dance and you grab her titty, right? I could do that and my wife could be sitting beside me. But if I go to a bar with my friends and some like college girls like, hey, like you're really cute and like she sits on my lap and I'm groping her. Do you see the difference here?
Well, clearly, one's a business transaction that doesn't mean anything, and the other one's a stripper's not. Nine
So
times
they're-
out of 10,
so-
skippers aren't possibilities. They're
Okay,
like
but-
celebrities.
Okay, but there's
Like,
Yeah,
scales to it.
that college girl, there's a
Yeah,
chance.
I can have a crush on Hillary Duff all I want. I'm never gonna sleep with her. But if some girl comes up to me in a bar and she's like rubbing on me and shit, we could leave right now.
But I think to go back to the initial question, though,
Yeah, let's.
the
get back
reason
to
I'm
that.
saying, the reason I say that I'm telling my girl about the cheating is because if she finds out you knew and didn't tell her, you are guilty by association. She's going to think, why didn't you tell me? Are you cheating too?
Well,
Y-
no.
You're never going to get over that.
Because
you don't
can't
think
keep-
so?
Because
No.
you can't keep a secret. That's why I didn't tell you.
That's what I would have said.
And it's not.
Gotcha.
It's not our business. It's not our job.
It's
Like,
not your
he
job to
told
tell
me,
people. Yeah.
but it's not our job to go fixing their relationship.
No, I'm not going to try to fix a relationship, but I am going to tell my wife or my girlfriend.
'Cause
that,
I'll-
Who then
hey,
is, you're not even going to be done talking yet. She's going to be on the phone.
I guarantee you that if it was the other way around and like a girl got together and she's like, hey, last night I cheated on my husband, she ain't going to go tell her husband if we're friends. She's going to be like, don't worry, it meant nothing. Oh my God, don't worry. It's okay. Think of the kids. It was just one mistake. Don't worry about it. And then like 2 days later, like, what does his dick look like? Shit like that. You know it. You all know it. I was honestly like offended when my buddy told me. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Jason, you know it.
You know it. Sounds a little personal, bro.
Oh my God, you know it.
But it's true. I mean, girls could be like, no, like just keep it in the tank.
So, what kind of secrets can you keep from your spouse without getting in trouble if they find out?
None that are your own.
Really? Like, not even secrets, just things you don't tell them. Like,
Well, yeah, you're
In
not gonna
my
come home and be
previous
like, I
life-
pooped at work.
in my previous life, I would like sometimes I just go to like dinner by myself and wouldn't fucking relay that information because why didn't I go? What? And sometimes you just need to be by yourself. You know, it's a white lie. Oh, I'm still at work. I'm going to Longhorns.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's not healthy, I don't think.
That kind of stuff. You know, you keep.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
I gambled $100 this weekend. I ain't gonna say anything.
yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe a purchase or maybe a little gamble. I mean, little, not like I lost our fucking savings account and
I mean, I don't think it's super healthy. Like if you think that you can't tell her, then it's probably enough that you know.
Sure,
what
It's
I
not
mean?
about not
Yeah.
being able to tell her. It's more just like it's easier to not because I just don't want to deal with the fucking.
No, I get
headache
it.
of
Like
explaining
sometimes
why I didn't.
sometimes like at night I'll like eat an entire baguette and I'm like, oh,
Right,
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hide this, you know,
Right.
And I think that's okay, but it's just because you're
Or
shamed.
it's like late at night, you wander through the kitchen. You're like, shit, let me make a drink real quick. But you're trying to be like quiet so nobody knows you're making a drink.
Well, we'll put it this way, right? Every time you jerk off,
Yeah, that's it.
wait,
right?
you guys don't tell your girl every time you jerk off?
No, she's like, oh, what are you up to? And you're like, just jerked off, baby. She'd be like, what? Why'd you do that? What were you looking at? You're like, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't have that one. But even like, so now, even still, like, she doesn't care if I do, but I'm still not gonna be like, guess what I just did?
Yeah, I know.
Come in the room, fucking wringing out a towel and shit. Guess what I did?
Wringing at a towel, man. Holy shit. No, but that's just more like that's things that are just like you're when you're alone in your own world. That's different. And like I get what you mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're walking through a casino and you're like, I'm just gonna throw like $40 on blackjack one hand. Right? Bingo bang when you lose, and you're like, fuck, and you walk away. You don't have to be like, guess what just happened, babe. You're just kind of like, ah, fuck, that was stupid. It's your own money, right? Like, it's not like you're like, we have $40 and we're going to dinner with this and we saved up our entire life to go here. And you're like, I'm not really feeling dinner anymore. Maybe we should go for a stroll. Okay, now you're kind of being a piece of shit. Or if you win and you double your money and you don't tell her, you're equally a piece of shit. In that situation.
You should go somewhere twice as nice.
Yeah, but some people don't. Some people are like, we're still gonna go for that stroll. And then they're gonna go spend $80
Back to the
somewhere else.
blackjack table.
Yeah.
Yes. Some people are like, I'm going to get some Coke with that later.
Yeah. Never happened.
All this talk about blackjack makes me want to go back to Vegas.
Yep.
I think me and a couple buddies are gonna drive up to Cherokee, North Carolina, hit the casinos up there one weekend, go play some golf.
That sounds like an Indian reservation.
Yeah, it is. Did you know at Cherokee Casino, because it's a reservation, they don't give free drinks, you have to pay for them?
Well, unless you're part of the crew.
I've been to the ones that don't even serve alcohol because they can't have alcohol on the reservation.
That's crazy.
What? That's what reservations are for.
No, the reservation, our government, that's how fucked they are. Here, guys, we're going to give you this land that we stole from you, but you can't have alcohol on it. Indian reservations are dry.
Well, yeah, but they're dried to like they're allowed to booze themselves. They could make their own shit.
No, that's why a lot of them like get sick from drinking like air freshener, like mouthwash.
You could say
Sounds
it.
like Jay.
Just say it. You know what they drink.
Fire water.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Gas.
Ugh.
They huff
People
it.
drink gas?
They inhale it. Not everybody. But like,
Is this a real thing?
yeah, it's kind of racist. It's like a.
I don't want any part of it.
I mean, it's not really racist because it's
Don't
it's
tell
true.
me. I don't even want to know. That way I don't have to hide anything. They're racist.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I
Well,
mean,
not
it's-
all of them.
Not all of them do that, but I mean, it's what happened is the government fucked them over, told them they couldn't drink, so they have to figure out other ways to get high and drunk.
Yeah, but like
Could just
here,
have sex.
here the Indians, they have their own police force and they're called peacekeepers and they have their own laws on reservations. And they,
Yeah.
they don't pay taxes. Like, we're not allowed to go there and buy booze. We're not allowed to go there and buy weed or cigarettes, but they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. The government has no control over it.
Yeah.
Well, all we do is we just, make sure that they don't have running water and infrastructure, and that's about it.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it's a whole different set of rules. Like I used to work for a repo company, and if we needed to repo a car from the Indian reservation, somebody had to go talk to the chief of the reservation and explain to them, hey, this person owes us this money on this car. We're gonna come get it. Can we come get it? Sometimes they would say no. Sometimes they'd say yes.
Here, like
Chief of police or the chief of the tribe?
The chief of the tribe.
yeah, like I had to go to see a client and I had to pass through Indian territory, and there was a peacekeeper in the middle of the street, and I drove by and she looked at me and she goes, "Not you, turn around." And I go, "Yeah, but I got to go around. It's like an hour." She's like, "Doesn't matter, not today." And I was like, "Fuck, man."
I didn't take your land.
No, my family's immigrants. We didn't do anything wrong.
Or are you telling the whole story? Did you pull up and say, how Buffalo?
I'm a Braves fan.
No.
I'm like, I got a cupboard.
I love the Washington Redskins.
It's racist.
Cleveland.
They're not the Indians anymore.
Well, neither are the
Yeah,
fucking
they're the
Washington
fucking-
Redskins.
What is
Yeah,
Cleveland? The Guardians.
The Guardians, but they're still Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, but that's not against Indians. That's talking about how big black people's penises are.
He said Hawks, not Cox.
No, it's Blackhawks.
Blackhawks.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh boy,
They just happen to have an Indian on their shirt.
it's a silent H.
Blackhawks.
Why is there Indian on there then? 'Cause you can't just have a dildo as a logo, I guess. Big ass fucking black dick as a logo.
It's frowned upon. Oddly.
The BBD, the Big Black Destroyer. Say no. Just put an Indian on there.
Can people
Divert their
still
attention
say,
from the big black dicks.
Can people still say sayings like not enough Indians, too many chiefs?
No.
Can't
I
say
got in
that?
trouble at work when I was a supervisor. I was gonna have a meeting and I said, hey guys, let's have a powwow real quick. Oh no.
Oh,
Got in
what?
trouble for that one.
You're saying
Really?
powwow?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He's white.
What does that
It's
mean?
an Indian
though?
term.
It's not his
I always
word.
thought powwow was just like a
Gathering.
talk. Yeah.
No, a powwow is a real thing.
Who the fuck knows that?
People, if I had blue hair and an alphabet, I'd say people who respect.
I was gonna say the only reason y'all know it is because you had a fucking HR meeting about it. You
No.
probably know that shit beforehand.
Dude, I live like literally like I'm in Canada, man. There's fucking natives everywhere.
Yeah.
So
They're
y'all
like our
have Indians, just
Mexicans.
no Mexicans.
That's right. And we have the feather, not the dot kind of Indian.
I wouldn't think Indians would want to stay in cold weather climate though.
What are you talking about? They
They thrive in it.
They thrive in it.
Never mind. I'm just gonna stop talking.
That's what the teepee design is for. So they could have a fucking fire inside their tent.
Yeah.
They're smart. Then
That's
we
not
have
thriving. That's fucking surviving. There's a
well,
difference.
fuck, they survived here.
Hey.
You know who didn't survive here? All the dumb white people that came over. They were like, they killed them and then they all died. The only
You know how
ones that
many more
survived were the
mooses
ones.
would be up there?
Yeah. We have Eskimos too, man. Eskimos is the craziest. It's a fucking snow Indian, man.
That's that's the OG Indian.
Dude, those guys eat fucking whales, man. Like
Off
Oh,
the
yeah.
coast.
That's why Admire can't find them.
those goddamn Eskimos. Like, dude, that's what they like. Think about being an Eskimo, dude. Think about that. There is nothing you could grow. And then whenever you
Yeah,
want to
your
like,
di- your diet is fucking ice and fish.
yeah. And well, no, seals and fucking whales and shit.
Do they not eat vegetables up there?
Where are they getting the vegetables from?
I don't know. Amazon.
God.
Fucking U.S. foods.
Like people still live up there. Like we have these two things at the top of our country. Like, you know,
Cisco food truck.
Right. Fucking performance. Performance food.
you don't have
delivery.
drive-throughs? Like, no, dude, there's the Northwest Territories, there's Nunavut territory, and there's Yukon territory in Canada. It's like, I don't know. They're
I'm
territories.
gonna tell Tabitha I'm an Eskimo because she's always bitching at me about eating more vegetables.
You actually can't say that's a bad term too now.
What?
An Eskimo.
I don't know. The snow Indian thing you said, that was
Yeah, that's way worse than saying an Eskimo.
But why? That's what they are.
What's the proper term for an Eskimo then?
Probably like whatever the fuck they're called, like fucking Ukazukas or something like that.
You're just being racist.
No,
now.
it's not. Like, dude, I'm not kidding. Nunavut is a place.
Proper term for Eskimo. Eskimo kiss,
Yupik,
no.
Yupik, or Inupik.
Oh, there you go.
Increasingly prefer to be known
In-
by the
Inuit.
name. Inuit is the current term in Alaska across the Arctic, and Eskimo is fading from use. Okay. Is the word Eskimo racist?
But doesn't everybody realize that all these terms that we're using now to replace the old ones are going to be old and also replaced with new ones?
Oh, look at that. It is racist. My bad.
Yeah, but it's not. It only is if you're a fucking idiot.
It says people in many parts of the Arctic consider Eskimo a derogatory term because it was widely used by racist non-native colonizers. Don't roll your eyes at colonizers. This is wrong with white people now. You always want to colonize shit.
I mean, colonized shit. Yo, you came here too, man.
I didn't come anywhere.
Well, fuck. How many generations have you been in the States for?
What am I supposed to do? Just up and leave?
Well, that's what the Indians tell us you should do.
Fuck out of here.
That's what the alphabet says. We should leave. Where are we gonna go?
Exactly.
Yeah. No matter what we do, we're taking over. I mean, that's what life is. A plant grows, it takes space.
And then you eat it when it goes through shit.
Oh boy. Jesus, Scully.
What do you say?
Rucker actually did come in me.
Ugh.
What do you say?
No, I didn't.
I don't know, some crazy shit.
You wish.
Oh, that boy's a dirtbag.
I don't think anybody went, like, those places are like inhabitable. Why? I think they're just trying to be like, oh yeah, they fucked us too. Like, what? Who's going
Anybody
up there?
who lives there chose to.
Yeah, man. They went up
Chose
there and they
to
were
live
like,
where?
fuck this, and came back down. Yeah, up north, man.
I
It's
think some people were just raised where they were raised and they
I know, but I'm saying the colonizers, right? Nobody came here and was like, let's go into the part that you die if you walk outside. They might have.
depends on what type of year it is.
I guess they
what
pushed
kind
them
of year
up.
it is.
No, that's snow 24/7, 365, my guy. It's the North Pole.
What are you talking about?
It's like the fucking North Pole, man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like New Jersey.
There's no Eskimos in New Jersey. The ice would melt.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know we were still talking about.
yeah.
Hold on. I didn't know we were still talking about the Inuits.
Like there used to be a brand called Eskimo Ice. I mean, I get that maybe, but like, what the fuck, dude? They were ice people.
So you can't call people that kind of brother anymore. They're Inuit brothers.
Well, think about it. Like, what are you gonna say? Like, all of a sudden, you're like, oh, it's derogatory to like associate dolphins with Miami? Yeah, because they're there. What do you want me to say? What the fuck, dude? There's
No,
Eskimos
they're
in
just
the
telling
north.
you that it was a racist term and white people didn't know that. So now they're
No,
telling
but
you.
okay, but
I'm pretty sure they called themselves Eskimos.
yeah, and then
You
all of a
don't
sudden,
know. How many of them do you know?
Well,
Don't
they
say
didn't-
shit like that.
they didn't speak English.
I guarantee you that they weren't calling themselves that.
No, we called them that.
Exactly. And
Yeah?
they're telling you not to.
Well, what the fuck, man? I call a cow a
So
cow.
knock it the fuck off.
Who named a cow? You think they were like, why don't we call 'em moo? You know what I mean? Like, that's the language you're speaking.
Right, because cows speak English.
Well, neither did Eskimos.
Not
And
this
then
far north of
when they
Memphis.
did, they told you not to fucking call them that.
No, some white girl did. Someone was like, they're offended. They're offended.
We really got to talk about how when people tell y'all, and when I say y'all, I mean white people, that things are racist, y'all just get immediately defensive and be like, no, it's not.
But okay, but like,
Like, how the fuck can you tell me what's racist and what ain't when I'm telling you?
No,
how I
no,
feel?
but
no, but
Rucker,
like,
Rucker, you can tell me if something's racist, but the white girl with the nose ring and the blue hair shouldn't be telling me on your behalf if you're not offended.
Well, maybe she knows black people.
I doubt it.
You don't know that.
No, but like, okay, I get it, right? But you know, like the term white person, that only exists over here in the West. Like in other countries, you go to Germany and stuff, they're not like, oh, you're like everybody who's white is white. They're like, oh, you're Scandinavian, you're this, you're that. I can tell you have like a fucking German nose. You know what I mean? We just pile everybody who's not black, brown, or red or orange into just being white here. But realistically, that's the colonizing thought. That we're all Europeans. We're all from different descents. You know, like
Oh, so now we're the colonizers, not the white people.
no, I'm saying white women are the colonizers, not you. God damn it! Stop playing the victim. Typical. I know when shit's racist, but seriously, calling somebody an Eskimo is only racist because somebody said it was. Because we
Oh,
didn't.
you know that for a fact.
Well, yeah, because I don't call them that out of spite.
It doesn't matter what you call them that out of. If they're telling you that it's racist, like I'm sure people said racist stuff to Mexican people too until fucking Juan was like, "Yo, I don't like that shit. That's racist."
Okay, but like,
and you're like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that."
No,
Like,
but when
that's not
somebody
what I
says,
was
"Oh, look,
saying.
there's a Mexican," people are like, "That's racist." No, they're fucking Mexicans. Okay, I didn't call them like a wetback or a beaner. You know what I mean? I called him a Mexican. But people are like,
Eskimo's not their fucking race though.
but it is. It was.
It's not. It's Inuit.
To us, but a Mexican probably isn't a Mexican. Just like a German isn't a German. They're like Deutsch.
Actually, they probably are because they're from Mexico. and
no,
they're from Germany.
but we call them Mexicans,
Is
dude.
there a place called Eskimoan?
Jesus Christ, man. Think about it. Like, is there a place called Spanish? No, but they're Spanish if you're from Spain, right? So there could have been.
Then it's from Spain, you fucking dipshit.
Okay,
Spanish is a derivative of the word Spain. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, but first let's say they got here and the first person they talked to said fucking the word Eskimo, right? And that's how the white person heard it, and they're like, "Oh, they're Eskimos. They call this place Eskimo." But like, I'm not kidding. When you call a German, that's an English way of talking to them. They're not
Tell me
Germans. That's
Tell
not
me
even their
what's harder
language.
right now. If somebody says, "Hey, saying the word Eskimo is racist," don't say it anymore. You just not say it anymore, or you sit here and argue why you should be able to say it.
I'm not arguing that you should be able to say it. I'm just saying that like, it's not racist to say it.
Says who? You're saying that it's not.
But I don't see any difference.
You don't make the rules.
But who does?
I don't know. Maybe the fucking Inuit people that are telling you that Eskimos racist.
But they never told me that. It was some white woman.
Neither did some blue-haired girl didn't tell you that shit either.
I don't know.
I got a perfect
Google
example.
just told me.
Well, yeah, but who do you think
I'm
writes
in
for
Ca-
Google?
Listen. I'm in Kansas City, and there's half the people that think the Chiefs should change their name because it's racist towards Indians. Half the people love it. So who should I listen to?
I don't know. Go ask an Indian.
It's the same people that fought over the Indians and the Redskins. Half the people loved it.
I don't
Half
think
the
that's
people
the,
didn't.
That's not the same thing. That's the name of a team, and people are making something racist that may or may not. Like again,
I think it's racist if you go up to anybody who looks like an Inuit and you say you're an Eskimo.
exactly.
Okay, but that's
Or
like going to
it's
any
racist if
Asian and going, you're
if
Chinese.
If you've been taught that it's racist to call people Eskimos, which I didn't even know until tonight, and you continue to do it, you're just being a piece of shit.
Okay, but yes, okay, I get it. I get what you're saying, right? But like if the word Chinese is not racist, but if I see an Asian, I go, "Oh, they're Chinese." That's kind of being ignorant and racist, right?
Okay.
I'm sure there's a type of Eskimo that isn't Eskimo. Is what I'm getting at.
No,
and the fact
the
that
the racist part isn't you saying, "Oh, look, that person's Chinese." The racist part is that person saying, "I'm not Chinese, I'm this," and you continuing to do it anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't come across a lot of Eskimos, so I don't have to worry about it. This is the first time I've said Eskimo in like 20 years. Jay, you're Googling Eskimo land?
Yeah, I am. I just want
Stop
because
saying
I'm telling you, I guarantee you, okay, as we continually progress, whatever word we use is going to become racist. Whatever way that we said anything is going to become racist. Like the fact that
Or maybe it was already racist, but you just didn't fucking know. Like, I was called a lot of shit when I was a kid, and you know why I couldn't, like, not just me, but like most black people, you know why we had to like laugh and go along with the joke? Because we were outnumbered and nobody was standing up for you. Now other people are actually standing up for people, saying, "Look, this is fucked up. Don't call them that." That doesn't mean that it's some kind of Me Too, not Me Too, but fucking movement that y'all are so scared of and get mad about. How about instead of getting mad about it, you just say, "Oh, they're saying that that's racist. Let me not say it." Instead of looking for a reason to get mad that somebody's telling you something's racist.
no, okay, I get it, but
understand that.
it's not a two-way street is what I'm getting at, because if somebody turns around and they're like, "Well, you're just a white man." I'm like, "Well, fuck, dude."
You can't be racist to white people though.
What?
I'm
No,
sorry,
okay.
deal with it. You got good credit. Shut the fuck up.
You probably have better credit than me,
No.
man.
No, I get what you're saying, Rucker, but I also get what Jay's saying, and I'll give the example. Remember when I posted on Reddit looking for podcast guests or looking for our fourth wheel? I said we're looking for a female, and people were blowing me up that female was the improper term. Like, what else am I supposed to call a vagina bearing person?
I mean, I understand that, but what we're talking about is way different than that.
Well, you
Like,
don't know. You just found out today that Eskimo because of one Google search, right? You don't
okay, but
like.
y'all also told me that it was racist. Then I Googled it.
No, I
and
didn't say it was
says-
racist. I said
It literally says the people that were known as that don't like it because it was used towards them as a racial slur. It's
I don't
literally
think anybody's
educating you.
ever.
It's literally educating you right there that they used to be called that
they're
in
still
a
called
racist
that.
way by colonizing people, and they're telling you that they don't like it because it was racist, and you roll
And-
your eyes at it because you're like, "Oh, some girl with blue hair told me." No, they're telling you that they were called that in a derogatory way. Don't fucking do it anymore. What's so hard about that?
I want proof that somebody was racist against an Eskimo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying too. Instead of just being like, "All right, well, let me not do that anymore." Now you're like, "Well, I need proof that this is racist." Well, shut the fuck up. Like, who the
I'm
fuck are
just
you?
Joking. I'm just joking. I won't ever say the word again. Unless I'm in an igloo, then I probably will say it.
No, but I mean,
Or unless it's part of a song and there's no Eskimos around.
I
Hey,
think
it's going to be -5 degrees here this weekend. It's going to be cold, and I'm going to feel like an Inuit.
Inuit.
Inuit is also considered a racist term if they aren't
That's not what
actually
Google
Inuit.
said.
Google it now. If you
It-
call, it's like calling somebody in Oriental.
Okay, but here again, this is the same example you used a minute ago. If you say that because you don't know and then they tell you
Mhm.
and you continue to do it, you're an asshole. If you do it just because you thought that's what it was, that's not racist. That's just you not fucking knowing. But when you've been educated on it and you
Yeah.
continue to do it, now you're being a piece of shit.
Okay, but I have to. Okay, again, like my example of there's a law that you have to suck my dick when you walk in the office, right?
That's a dumb
I'm still
example.
no, because I'm still gonna go. Well, how is it racist? And if they say, well, it's just racist because Google said it, I am gonna question it because it's
Because
language.
Google said it.
Yeah.
Where do you learn most of your stuff from? We literally Google stuff every day on this fucking show. Every time we're here, when we
Yeah.
need to learn something, we go to Google.
But I don't know
You
if
think
it's
Google's
right.
just gonna make up racist stuff?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Why is it so hard to not be racist?
I am
Answer
no,
me that.
no, because I'm not racist, but I
Why
don't
is
think
everything a fight
Rucker.
when people say racist stuff?
because I
Look at his mustache. Duh.
He went and tightened it up before the show and everything. I didn't know this is where we were going.
Leave it out the question.
Aren't they Pacific Islanders anyway?
well,
That's
not if
annoying.
they're on the East Coast, bruv.
Yeah, that'd be the Pacific Coast, West Side.
Who's
That's why.
Pacific Islanders?
People,
No, that's the West Coast.
islands in the Pacific. Yeah, that's what we're telling you.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the map. Look at the map in your head, Admire. He said California's not an ocean. Were you looking up, Jay?
I don't know. I'm just scrolling up and down the same page.
Trying to get fucking Donald Trump to agree with you so you can use that as a reference?
No.
Fuck down, try.
Where'd that come from?
I got that.
That was you, Admire? I thought that was Jay. I was gonna say that was quick.
That wasn't me.
Fuck down, try.
Oh, so your soundboard works now.
Yeah, we fixed it.
You know what we need to get? We need to get Stephen A. Smith calling Jason Whitlock a fat piece of shit as a drop.
Before the show, I was going to get some Cat Williams drops.
Oh my god. I love the quote of you have an abnormal attraction to losers or some shit like that. He said. I love that.
Dude, I think it's funny that all the people that he called out are coming out trying to say, well, he kind of misconstrued this and didn't tell it right. But there's fucking video evidence of like almost everything he said.
Yeah.
People stealing jokes and all the bullshit. Like, he
I
might
love
be
all the-
fucking crazy.
I love all
but
the
he's right.
other lesser known comedians that are coming out like telling like some white guy I've never heard of. He was like, I was at a comedy club one time and I was opening for Cat Williams and he wasn't there yet. And he's like, I was I was like gonna give it my best because I wanted him to see me and maybe go on tour. He's like, and I killed it, but Cat wasn't there. He's like, and out of the nowhere, this guy comes out of the shadows and he's like, he does his Cat Williams impersonation, and Cat basically told him like, you did a good job, shook his hand and put. He said it was like 3 times more than what he was getting paid that night in his hand. And there's plenty of stories of Cat Williams like giving up and coming comedians money and a chance to fucking like go on the road with him. And you don't hear that shit about all the comedians he was naming.
Yeah. I can't remember the other one. I think it was Bruce that I seen before we got on here said, "Oh, it's a good thing Cat Williams didn't talk about me, blah, blah, blah." Shut up. He didn't talk about you. Why are you fucking trying to get your name out there?
Yeah, he's trying to get the
But
clout,
like,
yeah.
but the one that stuck out to me the most was the fucking Steve Harvey stealing Mark Curry's bit, man. Mark Curry was such a good stand-up.
Did you see there was a talk show with Mark Curry on it. He was like, I fucked Steve Harvey up. And they were like, why? He's like, because the motherfucker stole my jokes. It's like, what would you do to him? He's like, go ask him. I didn't know
Yep,
Mark Curry
yep.
was like that.
Oh yeah. He was like, just go ask him. Yeah. Mark Curry, dude, like I grew up watching him on Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Such
And then
a
I
good
found
show.
I found a VHS tape that my parents used to record some HBO stand-up on, and I found one of Mark Curry from like 1991. And it
I'm
was
glad that's what you found and not something
Yeah.
else.
Oh, it was one that was it was one of those might be porn, might be home video, might
Yeah,
be
right.
some
That's-
HBO thing. And it
Thank
was
God it was
stand-up. So
Mark Curry.
that's where my love of stand-up came from, man. When I was real young, I found those in like fucking Dennis Leary and
Yeah.
Dennis Miller and just like all those old, they used to show stand-up on HBO like middle of the night shit.
I used to love Comic View on BET. That was always good. Just like every
I used to
comedian
watch
had
that
like
before bed.
yeah, they'd have like 3 minutes. It kind of fell off when they just started doing highlights, but they would have like 4 or 5 comedians in an hour show just come out. And, you saw a lot of people that you like. Bernie Mac was on there. Cedric the Entertainer was on there. Steve Harvey was like, all these comedians that were coming up went through Comic View and Def Comedy Jam. Like Dave Chappelle, Def Comedy Jam, if you ever go back and watch those. And
That's how I found Gary Owen from the BET.
yeah, Gary Owen's funny, man.
Dude, on BET, he did some bit about fucking dancing in the club and the strobe light, and he did this dance that looked like a fucking strobe light was on. It was funny shit I ever seen.
Isn't he married to a black woman?
Yeah, he's got like
He's
three
the
or
one-
4 kids with her.
He's the one that lives in like Cincinnati or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a Bengals fan. He used to be
yeah.
in the
He's
Wayans Brothers.
he's invited to the barbecue.
He was in the Wayans Brothers, and they called him White Mike. That's how I knew him. He was White Mike from the Wayans Brothers. That thought he was black.
I have
Good
no idea who
times.
Gary Owen is.
He's like the Rude Jude of the comedian world. He's like I said, he's invited to the cookout. He's in the culture.
I just Googled him. He looks like a ginger.
I don't know if he's ginger, but he's white.
He's fair. His wife's hot.
But like, yeah.
All right.
Ooh. What other button did I?
I was trying to make a joke to tie in and end the show, but I couldn't think of one. So for Admire and J Bomb,
Well, that will be all.
I'm Rucker. This has been 80 Proof. Until next week. Peace.
I don't know. I admire this kind of shit.
I was literally trying to think of a whale joke.
Oh man.
I'm glad I didn't.